What's going on, people? Welcome to another Emotion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today we have day one of the NFL draft. We have a hugely important night in football. I talk about it all the time. A lot of sports in North America have drafts, but none of them are important like the NFL draft. The NFL draft is uniquely important to this sport in a way that the NBA draft and NHL draft, MLB draft, I just don't think they are. So, today's a huge night. Tomorrow's going to be a huge night as well, and somehow, some way, Saturday is going to find a way to be huge as well. So this is an incredible moment. I have not done a draft watch along stream yet in the history of this channel. I typically watch the draft with my friends. I've kind of been itching to do this, so I negotiated. We're gonna do the stuff with the friends later on. Probably gonna do that tomorrow night, so I won't be live for tomorrow night. But yeah, we're gonna be here all night, every single draft, every single pick, every single trade. We will be here to do everything. So you're gonna get some analysis, you're gonna get some predictions, you're gonna get to see some jokes, everything. We're gonna have a little bit of everything today. So shout out to everybody in here. I see Manja's in here. Manja says like this video, people. So yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The engagement is the content is free, but we accept payment in the form of engagement here at Emotion Football. Jerry Brown says, "Can I join in?" Yeah, I'll definitely get some people in at some point. I'll see how long I can carry it until I tire out, and once I tire out, I'll let the people join. NFL live stream at the same time. Hold on. Watch NFL live stream at the same time they're live. What do you mean? But yeah. So Tennessee's not on the clock yet, which is annoying because they're going to take 9 minutes to just do what everybody knows they're going to do. Realistically, when the first pick is settled, they should do that shit in advance. Oh, put it up on screen. NFL YouTube. Are you allowed to do that? Is it a copyright free thing? Because I know what I was going to do was have the tracker up. So it'll like show the pick as it happens here. I don't know. Hold on. Put up NFL YouTube. Let me do some research into whether that's a thing that can be done. But yeah, I did my mock draft yesterday. We're gonna go through the mock draft and see how right I am. We're gonna score it at the end. There's different ways of scoring mock drafts. I think obviously the highest scoring thing is if you get the pick right, the team right, and the player right. So you get everything correct. I think if you get the player wrong but the position right, there's still some merit there. And I think if you get a player within a certain number of picks that they actually go, I think there's some merit there as well. So I don't know. I think there's multiple scoring systems. So I'm gonna look into some different scoring systems and then score mine against some of the bigger mock drafts. It's draft time, man, King. Let's go. It's going to be a big day for you. You guys might get a quarterback. You guys might not get a quarterback. I told Jared this earlier. I'm going to hold it down on my own for the beginning. And then at some point, I'll let people in. So I'll drop the StreamYard link at some point. But yeah, man. Also, I have a question. Can you guys hear the audio in the background? So I'm going to go silent and give you guys like a couple seconds. Okay, so Roger Goodell says it's time to get the show started. Are you ready? I don't want it to be too loud, but also I want to hear it. I was just about to ask. Not for sure, because, bro, this is going to go to like almost 12. This is going to be a 4-hour live stream. So definitely I'm going to tire out at some point, I imagine. Okay, good. That's the plan. Tennessee is just on the clock now. So let me see if this draft tracker has what I'm looking for. Because I'm thinking, okay, does it show that they're on the clock? Oh, this shit is late. I'm trying to get something live. NFL draft tracker. Round by round picks. Is there something live? This isn't live. Actually, hold on. Random Blue Jays ad. It does show on the clock. So this is kind of closer. Let's see ESPN. Let's see what their tracker is saying. I'm a bit ahead of you. Oh, this is that shit. This is what we're looking for. Has the clock. This is actually ahead of mine. Bro, my TV screen. Why? The internet is amazing, man. So yeah, we got Tennessee on the clock. Yeah, I'm thinking, Will, I know you can definitely put draft information on the screen. But like I think all the footage of the draft picks, that footage has to be that has to be exclusive to them. You're at 905, bro. On TV, I'm at 926. On ESPN, they have 807. Yeah, I think the footage of like the talent that they have speaking, the athletes, yo, King, get Jackson Dart. Apparently, this is gonna happen. Apparently, they like Dart more than Shadur, but they don't want to take Dart at 21. Apparently, the Dart pick would be either them trading back from 21 or up from their second round pick. The dance about the quarterbacks is interesting because I don't think anybody wants to take quarterbacks until the second round, but because everybody wants to take quarterbacks in the second round, it's a race to like who's willing to jump the highest, who's willing to get up in front of everybody else. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, this pick is again, the fact that they're going to take all this time is so ridiculous because like we know what they're going to do. Cam Ward knows what they're going to do. For those of you guys who don't know, Cam Ward was streaming himself play Fortnite, and the chat was asking him questions, and they asked him who are your top 5 running backs, and he put Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears, the 2 Titans running backs, in his top 5. And then they asked him top 4 receivers. He said Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, and Traylon Burks. So that is a man that is ready to play. Oh, I think the browser froze. Okay, yeah, this happens even when I do NBA stuff. Like if I leave the browser in the background for too long, it just freezes. I wonder if there's a setting there that you can change. But yeah, they're gonna take Cam Ward. I've been seeing the Seahawks might trade away our pick to the fucking Giants. Okay, but like, what do you want the Seahawks to do personally? Because the way people talk about this draft, the part of the draft you guys are in, it's worthwhile to trade back because you can get similar value into the 30s, right? So from a value standpoint, I think Seattle could trade back, and that would be the right thing to do. If there's a particular player you want at wherever you guys are, 18, I think, then yeah, if there's a particular player you want, obviously trading back would be annoying. I think for you guys, it really seems like Gray Zabel is the player that you guys are strongly tied to. Gray Zabel he can play anything but left tackle. My concern with him is, bro, everybody from North Dakota State ends up being ass. Let me see. Hold on. North Dakota State NFL draft picks. Like the history is just not good. Okay, Cody Mock. You know what? I take it back. Can I skip this? Oh, you fucking assholes, bro. Okay. So Cody Mock is good. He's good. This guy is not good. This guy is mid. This guy's not good. Trash. Who is this? Easton Stick, backup quarterback. Haig, not good. Carson Wentz, in fairness, he was good until he hurt his knee. These guys, who are these guys? So I just say this to say, like, the history, I did not know this guy was from North Dakota. This guy's good. Maybe that's the change. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been seeing Gray Zabel and Colston Loveland. Yeah. Loveland, I don't think Loveland's going to be there. I think if he is there, it would be a Fant upgrade, but I also don't know if that's as needed as offensive line. I think Seattle has to go offensive line. If they don't go offensive line, they're betting on their free agent evaluations hitting like crazy because the pick is in. People, the pick is in for Tennessee. All right, Cam Ward is about to be a Titan. Can the Titans hurry the hell up? Trading value buys. I don't want the. I just don't like the Giants because it's chic. That's funny, man. That's the spite is real. Okay, I was gonna look something up. Let me see. Well, what is the browser? Seahawks are lads. Yo, okay. The shit that the Seahawks are doing at offensive line, no, disable ad blocking. Okay, I did it, guys. There you go. So betting on this backup from Baltimore being good, They need that to pan out. And then these guys, I don't trust any of them. Abe Lucas, I barely trust him. Is there really only one free agency signing? This is what I'm talking about. Seattle is playing crazy games at offensive line, and I just think that the way they've neglected that position in the draft, they have to draft offensive line. If Seattle does anything else, honestly, they deserve everything that happens to them. Like, the neglect would be insane. The Bears still suck. Oh damn, that's this man came in hot. That came in with slander, but big up to Jez, bro. Good to see you. First pick of the draft, very much a formality. Cam Ward, again, shout out to his our O-line is fucked and they didn't address it in free agency. For sure, man. It's complete, just outright neglectful. Damn. This guy gets booed every time. Every time he shows up. To be honest, it's worth the money. I would happily take his paycheck to get booed. Cam Ward is the number one pick. So, guys, if we're grading the In Motion Football mock draft, we're 1 for 1, baby. 1 for 1. Cam Ward is the pick. So now the Browns are on the clock, and this really has to be Travis Hunter. But yeah, in terms of Cam Ward, don't troll me. Don't be trolling me, because this shit would be amazing for discourse. This shit would be amazing for discourse. Yup, the Jaguars traded up. Holy shit, the Jaguars have made a move for Travis Hunter. Let me pull it up. X.com/Ian Rappaport. Oh my God, bro. What the hell? Holy shit. So the Jaguars are getting number 2 overall, 104, 4th round pick, 6th round pick. They're trading their 2nd round pick, 4th. Okay, you know what? The 2 4s cancel each other out. Oh, there's a 1st round pick next year? Holy shit. I totally missed this. Yo, the Jaguars are betting on being good. The Jaguars are betting on being good. That is irresponsible. Holy shit. Oh, so little bit of they're gonna take, bro. You only make this trade for Travis Hunter. This is a Travis Hunter move. They're getting the best player in the draft. But here's the thing, right? The GM that the Jaguars hired, Gladstone, he is from LA. LA is Travis Hunter. He in LA, they very much have a fuck them picks attitude. They literally were famous for just fucking off draft picks to be good. The problem is they know that they're good at drafting players. This guy goes to the Jaguars. He doesn't. We don't know that if this guy is like that or not. We don't know if he has the ability. This is a huge bet. And if we look at the Jaguars, one second, let me pull up their depth chart. Okay, hold on. Jaguars. They made a volume of signings, right? De'Ami Brown, that's mid, but he's cool. He got like what, 700 yards. Makari is good. Hainsey is solid, right? Regular players though. What's these fucking ads, man? Eric Murray, average. Jordan Lewis, good slot corner. Well, backups. All these yellow players, these are all the backups. Yeah, the GM is only 34. So my thing is, Jacksonville, I don't even think they did a whole lot of shit to get better. I think they did stuff to stabilize, which is why I'm really shocked by this move, because I think that the Jaguars' approach to the offseason was as if they're looking to jump from whatever they had, 3 wins or 4 wins, to jump from 4 to 8 or 9, to just stabilize, become not trash, and then take a jump from there. When you trade your 1st round pick next year, you're basically saying, like, we're not going to be a bottom 16 team. You don't trade your pick in that situation. So they're betting on getting much better. I'm thinking of, I guess he's going to be wide receiver 2. Is he going to play corner as well? Bro, this is a lot. This is a lot to well, okay, so how I'm grading this, I got Hunter at 2. I don't need to get the team right. I got Hunter at 2. So I'm claiming 2 for 2. What did Jacksonville give up? Oh, bro, I had it on the screen. Hold on, right here. So the Jaguars gave up this 1st round pick this year, 5th overall, 2nd round pick this year, Fourth round pick this year, and then a first round pick next year. He has to be both, man. He has to be both because he's gonna play both. Okay, now that I think of it, right, processing this in real time, they're trading up for him as if he's two players. Like, like this is a quarterback kind of a trade up. They're not that good, but they're making this move aggressively as if, they think they're getting a great receiver and a great corner in one pick. It's just bold. Like, I don't think that's a real thing. I think you're going to get a great player at one position and then a great part-time player at the other position. But I think this is a classic Jacksonville mistake to kind of just assume that you're getting you can invest as if you're going to get two great players for sure. Like, everything that comes with playing Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball consistently is a gamble. Thinking that you're going to be good next year is a gamble. This is an extraordinary gamble. Like, a first round pick next year when you're the Jacksonville Jaguars led by Trevor Lawrence. Wide receiver, full-time third down defense. Something like that. I don't know exactly how they would create the package for him defensively, but it could be based on downs. It could be based on like specific formations. So when we are playing a certain kind of defense, this is the Travis formation. I don't think you would want him on the field for running plays like 1st and 10. Why are you putting Travis Hunter on the field? Because for as good as he is, like, he is pretty light. But he's a dog for sure. Like, not to say he's like a pushover, but why am I putting Travis Hunter out there to play the run, right? So he's not going to play 1st and 10. He's not going to play in any jumbo packages. Jacksonville, man. See, so something I'm proud of. I told the whole world yesterday that Genty to Jacksonville shit was cap. Where is it? Everybody was been talking about Genty to Jacksonville. I tried to tell the world that was cap. All this for 6 wins, bro. Oh my God, I just thought about it. This makes so much sense for Cleveland because something that's interesting. This is the Cleveland's first year in 3 years, or first draft in 3 years, having a top 50 pick because they traded first and seconds by the boatload for Deshaun Watson. So they have never been picking at the top of the draft. This trade for them is very much about replenishing lost draft capital. They know that they're in a long-term build. If you guys were around for my AI mock drafts, the thing that I would prompt ChatGPT to the thing that I would give it for the prompt is that, hey, Cleveland has to have a long-term approach to building their team. They don't have a choice. They're so fucked when it comes to their salary cap and their roster that they have to think long-term. It's a good trade for Cleveland. I do like the move. Bro, Myles Garrett is literally just a businessman, bro. He's there making amazing money for his services. But man is punting away potential with his career. Imagine if Jacksonville bombs this year. See, but you're saying imagine as if I have to really like use my imagination and like struggle to think what it would be like. Jacksonville bombing is all I know in life. It's all I know. So like I have to use my imagination to think of Jacksonville being great for the most part. I've seen it like twice, maybe 2 seasons in my life. So yeah, this is the thing. I mean, I don't think this is a great trade because of how aggressive of a bet it is. I respect when good teams and respectable organizations that have a track record. I like when they are aggressive. When these organizations that have no track record, no resume, make these really all-in pushes, it almost never works. Like Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, that was a very aggressive all-in push. It didn't work. Jacksonville, they did something. What was the move? Oh no. Bears trading for Trubisky. And like the same time they traded for Khalil Mack, very aggressive to go get 2 players that they thought were cornerstones. It didn't work. When bad organizations make aggressive moves, it tends to backfire. They're trading for Travis Hunter as if they're getting 2 players. That's a lot. I sincerely, for their sake, hope that it works. I don't think it will. Rip Travis Hunter, bro. Oh my God, bro. Where is he from? Is he from Florida? Is this him staying home? Yo, you know what this reminds me of? Okay, I'll get to it in a second. But his teammate is announcing him. Travis Hunter, wide receiver and defensive back. So Travis Hunter is a Jacksonville Jaguar. He escaped Cleveland. So if I was him, I would be dancing too. Anytime you escape Cleveland, it's a good day. Shout out to Joakim Noah. Fuck, was I? Oh yeah. So this kind of feels like, so the Jaguars owner, he owns a Premier League team. He owns Fulham, right? So this very much feels like an aggressive European football owner dumping hella money into the transfer market to make like a really big push for important young players, young prospects. But like that shit doesn't work either. But this feels very much like the owner came down and said, "Yo, go get somebody special." Big up Prime. Like Prime says, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Emotion Football, we're going to be here all day today, reacting to every draft pick, every trade. Travis Hunter looks excited. Again, I don't think he's all that excited about being in Jacksonville. I think he's excited about not being in Cleveland. That is a massive W. Oh, yeah, and he's staying home. That's beautiful for him, man. Good for him. But shit, man, they're about to have him doing the most 100 snaps a game. You better go make up for the 2 draft picks we lost for you. Okay, fuck, man. Jacksonville. Oh, and he's got to deal with Trevor Lawrence. Yo, he's got to deal with Trevor Lawrence too. Like, imagine not like the thing about receivers is that they're not an independent position. They're not fully in control of what they do for you. Right? And neither are corners, to be honest, because what they do is largely dependent on like the defensive line. He's not even fully control of paying you back for all this investment. He's not. He needs Trevor Lawrence to help him help you. Facts, we games versus Cleveland, but who likes Cleveland anyways? Even people from Ohio hate Cleveland. Facts, man. Good morning, Jen Will. Good to see you. Welcome to the draft. First explosion of the day. That's crazy. Travis Hunter to the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, let's hear what he has to say. Yeah, he looks happy. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, the Giants the Giants pick is in. Come on, take Shador. Come on, leave Abdul Carter alone. Keep that Eagles fan away from a rival. Come on, New York. Come on. But yo, I'm glad the pick is in because let's get the Patriots on the clock and let's get these picks rolling, bro. Okay, let me scroll the timeline. Let me hear an explanation. Oh, the Giants pick leaked on the timeline, by the way. Okay, let me hear. Yo, I'm seeing the timeline is taking my analysis, bro. They're putting fuck them picks over James Gladstone's picture. Okay, I want to see if there's somebody leaking their plans for him. They're just talking about how are expected to play their first round pick on offense and defense. They will onboard him by giving him a heavy dose of the receiver position while still playing him at his more natural position on defense. 2 positions for the number 2 pick. So yeah, Adam Schefter confirms it. He literally said he had no conversation. So bro, time to shine. I said this when I did my mock draft, or when I did all my mock drafts. If you look at Travis Hunter's 2 visits, he visited with Tennessee and he visited with Cleveland, and he didn't visit with another team. What that's a clear sign of is there's a guarantee at 2. That's why I always mocked him at 2. I didn't really entertain the idea of the Browns taking Abdul Carter. Now, the fact that the Browns traded that pick away, he must have not known that was going to happen. Because this happened with Jalen Carter. So Jalen Carter famously His agent told the teams that were picking behind Philadelphia, he's not meeting with you because they got the go ahead from Philadelphia that if he's there at number 10, we're picking him for sure. So he declined all visits. And people shit on the agent because they're like, what if a team wants to trade up? And the agent was like, you guys think I don't know that? Like, if a team is gonna signal to us that they're willing to trade up, we'll visit with them. I don't think it. I don't think the Giants didn't want to meet with Travis Hunter, or the Patriots didn't want to meet with Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter was probably rejecting those opportunities because he figured he was going number 2. For Jacksonville to make that move, it must have been a last minute thing or a late in the process thing. Jacksonville's been late in the process this entire offseason, by the way. Their coach they hired was like their 7th choice. The GM that they hired was like the 7th choice. Abdul Carter just got picked, by the way. So I think that they got around to a lot this offseason at the last minute. I think they probably partially got to this decision about what they wanted to do with Travis Hunter at the last minute. There was a whole bunch of smoke in the last 2 days about Genty number 5 to Jacksonville. And again, that kind of coordinated leak to the media always made me feel like this is smoke. This is not real. They're hiding something. I never thought this would be what they're hiding. But yeah, I think Jacksonville probably decided they were going to do this pretty last minute. Well, in the let's see it. Let's see it. Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter. Yo, Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter is sick. On the other side of it, Tyson Campbell and Travis Hunter is also sick. This is the thing. Like, if you could clone Travis Hunter, this is perfect. I mean, we're just seriously gonna learn, can he do this in the NFL? But bro, I just don't believe in organizations like Jacksonville. I think they get a little bit less slander than somebody like the Jets, but they're really right there with them as far as bad franchises go. Abdul Carter and Dexter Lawrence. Bro, it's okay. He's just gonna go there, develop for 5 years. Future Eagle. I'm telling you, future Eagle. Actually, you know what? Let me find the pick. Let me. Let me upload this to StreamYard. Give me 1 second, people. Where the hell are the overlays? Here they are. People, this is who the Giants just drafted. But yeah, chat. By the way, let me know if a trade happens. But this is who the Giants just drafted. I want you guys to really pay attention to the details here, right? This man, if you look closely at Abdul Carter's hoodie, there's an 11. This man got a custom Eagles playoff hoodie with his number and his name on it. That's not 11 Brown for AJ Brown. That is 11 Carter. But you've never seen a college football player fan out for a team like that. He's holding the Eagles Super Bowl trophy with Jalen Carter. You guys don't know, but Jalen Carter and Abdul Carter, long lost brothers. So I say this all to say, the Giants think that they did something, but they have no clue that they're just a development team for us. Players go there, they get better, they learn their craft, and then they come to Philadelphia to experience real success. So while this is a little frustrating, it's a little annoying. We know where his heart lies. And when he roughs the passer in a crucial situation against Philadelphia, you saw it here first. This man is a fan. Bro, the custom Eagles Super Bowl playoff, like the custom Eagles playoff hoodie with the Super Bowl is fucking wild. When you don't know you're about to be in the league in a couple months. But yeah, this shit froze. And the Patriots pick is in, bro. I love it. The Jaguars trade was sick because it was crazy, but then also it kicked up. Yo, I don't want to read this shit. Hold on. Did they compare him to Jordan Love? I see that pro comp a lot. Imagine drafting Jordan Love number 1 overall. Pro comp for Travis Hunter, Odell Beckham. I hear it. Abdul Carter. It's probably Michael Parsons. Yeah, Michael Parsons. Okay, New England is on the clock. So far, the In Motion Football mock draft. Where is it? The In Motion Football mock draft is 3 for 3. 1, 2, 3. We got all the players right. We're gonna see about Will Campbell here. This one I'm not entirely sure about. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about Will Campbell. I think the Patriots could go a few different directions. Um, Will Campbell is a bit of a reach in terms of like player value. It's obviously a premium position. It's one that they need pretty badly. Um, but frankly, like Genty is the best player on the board, and they don't have a reliable running back. Um, what else? Who else could they go? Let me pull up this mock draft. Mason Graham is a better player. They could also technically use a defensive tackle. Yeah, like there's two players on the board that are better than Will Campbell. So Will Campbell would be forcing it. But we'll have to see what happens. Yo, I can't believe that they're forcing us to watch a commercial. We know the Patriots pick is in, bro. This is an artificial break just to get this fucking commercial in here. But shit. What a start to the draft. The players went 1, 2, 3 as we expected, but still, for it to deliver on entertainment value with the same picks, with the expected picks happening, that's pretty sick. This is the part of the draft where things are going to get interesting because I don't think there's an obvious pick left. New England, like I said, there's 3 players they should probably consider. Cleveland, honestly, Cleveland should just take. They should hope that they can take Mason Graham. But if Mason Graham goes here, then they can take their favorite offensive lineman. If they take Ashton Genty, that'll fucking suck. That'll fucking suck for Cleveland fans because they're gonna get that demon on his rookie contract when they're not good. But yeah, if I had to call it from this point onwards, I'm thinking probably Campbell, Membo, Genty, next 3 picks. But shit, man, Cleveland has they're gonna have 2 top picks in next year's draft. When we're here this time next year, Cleveland is gonna be in a really good spot because they're gonna get Deshaun Watson's contract like off the books for the most part. It'll be down to a more respectable level. They're probably gonna have a really high pick because their quarterbacks right now are what, Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. The Jags pick might be top, bro. They might have 2 top 10 picks. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They may have set Cleveland up nicely. Now they're not going to do anything with it because it's Cleveland. And the next draft is at Pittsburgh. Damn, bro, Cleveland is going to be in the rivals area, in the rivals city with 2 top picks. Those picks are going to get booed relentlessly. Bro, King, who are the quarterbacks supposed to be in the next draft class? Because I know technically Arch Manning, I think he could in theory, but he won't because apparently the Mannings, I heard something about Archie Manning telling somebody that like the Mannings graduate. Like that's just what we do. Eli, Peyton, and Archie all graduated. Go to Pete Carroll's tweet. Bro, King, you should go 100%. Bro, I never knew that Pete Carroll would be him like that on draft night. Pete Carroll X.com. Is his name really Pete C. Carroll? No way. Yeah, who the fuck is that? Why would he show up number 1 over the actual Pete Carroll? Draft clue number 5, John Cena. Okay, so I'm thinking here, champion. Clue number 4, I'm not going to play the audio. I don't know this scene. Okay, throwing a dart, hitting a bullseye. Bull? Wait, no, but Texas didn't win shit. So fresh, so clean. Freddie Jackson. Okay, Patriots took Will Campbell. So Patriots, the mock. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? The mock is 4 for 4, people. This one upcoming number 5. This is where we're gonna get our first fucked up pick. But truthfully, it's not our fault. You know, we didn't know Cleveland was gonna be here. But yeah, Will Campbell is the pick. Browns are the next on the board. The thing here, you know what? Let's look at the Browns depth chart real quick. Can they go defensive tackle? Browns are lads. Yeah, they could go defensive tackle. You know what? They could absolutely go Mason Graham. Maybe Membo would be a bit of a stretch here. If they go Membo here, I feel like the Jets kind of got the Jets might have got bullied into taking Tyler Warren, which I don't like for them, by the way. Um, Yo, Lucas, this is wild. I'm hoping some allegations come out about any top prospects and the Texans can snag them when they drop to 25. You know what's foul? You're supposed to not feel this way. Like, you're supposed to not feel this way. But this is real NFL savagery right here. Shout out to Lucas. I don't know if you're a new viewer or not, but welcome to the community. You're our second Texans fan in the community. We have a guy by the name of Jared Brown that's also a Texans fan. I think our biggest fan populations in this sub are or in this channel are Eagles fans and Chiefs fans, hilariously. But yo, shout out to Laramie Tunsil. This is the Laramie Tunsil thing. Allegations, see, it doesn't even have to be allegations. But here, to all the guys who are maybe new to the NFL, you guys don't know this. Look up Laramie Tunsil. A video dropped of him 4 hours before draft, the first round, of him hitting a bong out of a gas mask. It was real stoner shit, right? And that made him drop like 13 picks in the draft because there's no rumors. There was nothing about him having an issue or anything. There's just a fucking, he was recording himself and just hit a bong, like he was just hitting a bong out of a gas mask. And he dropped like 13 picks and somebody ended up getting him. He never ended up having an issue and he was really good. But this man is hoping for another Laramie Tunsil. Browns draft Shedeur Sanders. Wait. Please don't be trolling. Please don't be trolling. Please don't be trolling. Please don't. I think you're trolling. Yeah, you're trolling. You're trolling. But yeah, you think there's something in those Kayvon Thibodeau rumors about drafting Carr? Yes. So the thing about Kayvon Thibodeau, and I know this as an Eagles fan / Giants hater, Kayvon Thibodeau is not actually that good. Like he's an up and down player, which a lot of, like, if you think about how that works in football, is like you're not going to get sacks on every play that you have a good play, but like every time you have a bad play, like, you know, like every time you have a bad play, it's a bad thing. Sometimes when you have a good play, it's not going to pan out. So the thing about Thibodeau is that, like, for the longest time, if you actually hear like Giants fans or like people who analyze the Giants talk about Thibodeau, he's always been looked at as an up and down player. He's actually kind of like Chase Young. If you think about it, right? Chase Young, good player, and we see him do good things, but he keeps going team to team to team because it's the downs that stop teams from really, really loving him, right? Kayvon Thibodeau is in that Chase Young kind of an area. I don't think they want to pay him. And now they have Brian Burns and Abdul Carter. So truthfully, unless he's willing to be a rotational guy, yeah, they're probably going to trade him. Low-key funny if Cleveland does that. Yeah, no, they're not doing it, bro. I saw the pick. It got leaked online. The timeline always gets the pick. Come on, Tedero McMillan, that guy. Tedero, get that gas mask out, bro. This guy's wild as hell. But hold on, I have a question, bro. As a Texans fan, you want T-Mac? Because I feel like T-Mac and Nico, that's not as good of a fit as T-Mac and Golden or even T-Mac and Egbuka. Bro, so far, so good, people. I'm not going to tell you the pick yet, but just know my mock draft is still good. We're still good. We're still good money in these streets. 5 for 5 to start the mock draft. So I think that, okay, so we're getting, I think Genty goes 6, by the way. I'm still pretty confident about this pick. We need any wide receiver or any offensive line help. I kind of think you guys should, like, the thing about receiver or line, you guys are in such a good part of the draft. There's going to be a good receiver or a good offensive lineman. The chances that there's no good options for either of those positions are like zero. Like zero. If somehow, some way, all those players get picked, you guys can trade back and still get good players in the second round. Will you just spoiled? Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I just got too excited because I was really nervous about whether Cleveland would take Mason Graham or not. But my mock is 5 for 5. The Cleveland Browns pick is in. The Raiders are on the clock. Okay, a little commentary on Will Campbell. We don't know if he's a guard or a tackle, which is why I think there's certain spots that I didn't like for him. With New England, you need everything. So if he's a guard or a tackle, it doesn't matter. He's going to be a great football player in New England. He needed to be picked by a team, hilariously, that had a shit enough offensive line that they didn't have one thing in mind. Because if you're looking for a tackle, there's no guarantee you get one. If you're looking for a guard, why are you taking a guard 4th overall? But yeah, Lucas, there he is, Jared Brown. That's the other tech. I like the Ohio State, Texas. Ohio State receiver. Yeah. Buka is amazing. Our defense is insane. I'm not worried about them. Caden Bullock and Kamari are dogs. Bro, you guys are like 6 deep in the secondary. You guys can play a nickel defense and get an injury and still be okay. Your secondary is ridiculous. But yeah, Mason Graham goes number 5. So like I said, the mock is 5 for 5 so far. I didn't obviously get the teams correct because you can't predict trades. But yeah, the players and the spots, so far so good. How do I feel about the next 2 picks? I think it's either going to be Genti or Membo here. If it's Membo, Genti's definitely not going 7. So if I get this wrong because Membo goes 6, I get the next one wrong as well. The inverse, though, if Genti goes 6 here, I think Membo definitely goes 7 to the Jets. So a lot is at stake here. Browns need a QB. Bro, the Browns need a QB, but the Browns need everything. They also have the 33rd pick, the first pick in the second round. I think that they could trade up from 33 if they like Shedeur. I don't think, I'll put it this way. I think they would take Shedeur if he was there at 33. And because that's the case, somebody is going to trade up if Shedeur falls all that way. Mason Graham with Myles Garrett, but they still have no QB. Bro, Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco in 2025 is absolutely nasty business. That being said, both those players have taken snaps in a Super Bowl and have rings. So that's fucking hilarious. A lot of you guys have quarterbacks, but not all you guys have 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in the same room. Browns need a new city. And bro, this is hilarious energy. Yo, Lucas, I don't know who you are, but you came into this chat with some pretty amazing energy. Steelers still no QB as well. This is true though. This is true. Mason Rudolph is not a quarterback. He's simply just a target for Myles Garrett. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. In Motion Football, I do watch-alongs, so we're here in the off season. But my thing mid-season or during the season is I do Sunday Night Football watch-alongs every single week. It's a really good opportunity to recap the Sunday of football, to watch a game and have a good time, to preview Monday Night Football. There's all kinds of little games we play as a community. We do predictions. We're probably going to do a fantasy league as a community for next year. So this is the Sunday Night Football hangout mid-season. So yeah, that's what we do. Like I said, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Those are 2 very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. With that out of the way, though, Browns are relocating. They want a new stadium. Yo, I heard they're going to get an indoor stadium. And here's the thing, right? I think that's so criminally stupid because the Cleveland Browns typically get 1 win a year minimum, sometimes 2, strictly off the weather being so shit that the combination of the weather and a team underestimating them gets them a win just off the strength, because it's a complete mess. The punter can't punt, the kicker can't kick, quarterback is freezing his hands off, the receivers don't want to get hit. Like that combination of just chaos gets them a win a year. If they play indoors, they lose that. Why do they want to play indoors? You have a home field advantage. Just never want to play exciting ball. It's kind of difficult to play exciting ball though when that's what your weather circumstances are like. Does the OSU receiver even fall to 25? Maybe not him particularly, but one of T-Mac, Igbuka, and Golden, so the top 3, one of them will be there at 25. And if not, then a great offensive lineman will be. That's why I think your needs, the combination of your needs is actually pretty good. We need Michael Penix sort of pick to shake this draft up. Yeah, we do. We actually do. I saw Kenny Pickett Eagles jersey the other night. Couldn't believe my eyes. That's actually insane. The fact that in this economy, a person has enough disposable income to buy a Kenny Pickett jersey is sickening. Now, that opens up the possibility that it's a fake. And for that person's sake, I really hope it. I hope it was. The annual win versus Pittsburgh. Damn. Cities want a multi-purpose stadium that's used year-round. You know what? This is true. This is true. See, you're actually talking real sense. So I can't blame you. That being said, though, you're Cleveland, man. You need every single win you can get. Fucking factory of sadness out there. Okay, the Raiders pick is in. Is this going to spoil it? No, it's not. Okay, the Raiders pick is in. Let's hear it. They picked Genti. The mock is 6 for 6. So Chip Kelly gets his running back. So I was messaging somebody today. I was like, there's no way. Like, if you look at the Raiders depth chart, right? They have the shittest running back room I've seen in a minute as of now, which would to me a clear indicator they were going running back round 1 or round 2, right? But look at this shit, right? You have a 40-year-old Raheem Mostert who hasn't been healthy for 3 years. Who is Sincere McCormick? Sincerely, who are you, right? Zamir White, he's okay, right? I'm not going to hate him too much. Dylan Lube, that's crazy. And then Isaiah Spiller, CJ Spiller's like younger brother. This running back room, whenever I would see it, I would always be like, what the hell is this? So I knew for a fact that they were going running back round 1 or round 2. I thought maybe they would go Travion Henderson because Chip Kelly coached him last year in college. But yeah, they go Genty here. Genty he fits a need. He's the best player available at this point. My main concern here is that the thing about running backs, I talked about Saquon Barkley. I actually mentioned this yesterday, right? A lot of people look at Saquon Barkley and say, this is why you don't go running back early in the draft. It's not a value position. What I think that whole Saquon Barkley situation should have taught us is that when you get a running back, running backs are really valuable, but you need the offensive line to unlock the running back's production, right? A running back is untapped if you don't have an offensive line. When I look at this Raiders offensive line, Colton Miller is a good left tackle, but he's having a contract dispute right now, and we'll see if that gets resolved. Jordan Meredith, no name. I don't think he's good. Like, I don't know who he is. Jackson Powers Johnson, 2nd round pick last year, he's probably good. Dylan Parham, he's solid. DJ Glaze, that's just an unfortunate name, but he might be good. I say this to say, my question now is that can they get the offensive line to fully unlock what this pick could be, right? Ashton Genty is amazing at running a football. But it's not going to matter if you don't give him the offensive line to match, as we've seen with Saquon Barkley. So what I want from this team is I want them to shore up the offensive line with the next pick. Might they have a shit defense next year? Absolutely. However, how good is Genty? Okay, so Genty, if you talk about him as a running, okay, it depends how you look at things, right? The running back's job nowadays is to do multiple things. When it comes to pass blocking, catching the ball, it's okay. Like, it's not the best. It's fine. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's fine. In terms of just the traditional running back duty of you're in the backfield, you're handed the ball, go make a play, he's phenomenal. He's so good. So he's kind of like, I'm not comparing him as a player, but you know how Adrian Peterson was just a demon as a running back? Do you know him as a pass catcher? Not really. Do you know him as a pass protector? Not really. He's just a traditional running back that's phenomenal at the basic job of being a running back. Genty falls in that kind of a mold. But like I said, you got to go get an offensive line now. You have to go get an offensive line. But yeah, like also, bro, Adonai Mitchell is on the Colts, brother. But yeah, they have Bowers, who's they basically took best player available, and he was amazing. Genty is going to be amazing as well. The thing now is that they need receivers. This receiver room is nasty. Trey Tucker, again, I think he's like a slot, kind of like a gadget player receiver. Jacoby Myers is the only respectable receiver. He's not good enough. So they need receivers. They need offensive linemen. Geno Smith is probably just going to be there to hold the whole, to just keep the offense together. You're probably going to have to find a long-term quarterback at some point, but fill out the rest of the offense right now and see what Chip Kelly can cook is my call. The Jets are on the clock. I feel pretty good about them going Membo, so I have not amended my mock yet. Going into every single pick, I felt pretty comfortable with what we have. The mock is 6 for 6. One of the best. Yeah, he did have one of the best seasons in history. At Browns party, they're playing "Don't Stop Believing." That's just mean. Whoever picked that song, that's just mean. I don't think you should actually make people face reality in these type of situations. I would always opt for escapism, right? I'd play a song that just makes people feel amazing. Don't actually talk sense to people. Evan Neal isn't a Raider. Genty can't do worse than what Saquon had. This is true. This is definitely true. But yeah, like Saquon is almost the extreme when you look at just how shit his offensive line was in the Giants and how great his offensive line was in Philadelphia. He's like the extreme, but like in a less extreme way, like, you know, the principle still applies. They need to give Genty a good offensive line. Ravens need offensive line. Lamar sucked against the Bills in the playoffs. I feel like he sucked in the first half, but I feel like he turned it around. The thing with Lamar is that just like He's just got to stop turning it over. Like, we're at that point where it's like, if you just stop turning it over, we're pretty sure you're going to win us the game. Finally, that lady was able to look straight at someone instead of looking up all the time. Wait, who are we talking about? Did I miss something on TV? But yeah, we're at a commercial, which again is forced because the pick is in. Like, dog, let us watch the pick. In terms of options here, I think it's Membo, and I'm comfortable with it being Membo. The thing is, the Jets could rationalize a lot of different picks. They could rationalize an edge rusher. They can't rationalize a running back. They could rationalize a defensive tackle. They could rationalize an offensive tackle. They could rationalize a guard. They could rationalize a tight end. They could actually rationalize anything because they're just not that good. So a lot of things are on the table here. I think Membo is the pick because what did the Lions do when they first got this regime? They got Penei Sewell. They got a big athletic offensive tackle, and that was a tone setter for their organization and their culture. I think Aaron Glenn maybe looks to do the same kind of thing. Armand Membo is not Penei Sewell by any means, but they drafted a athletic offensive tackle last year in Olu Fashanu. They can get another one this year, and you know what? I look at it this way, right? Like, if I think about how this Jets build should start, I think it should build with a dominant running game. It should start with a dominant running game, right? If you get two bookend offensive tackles, you have Elijah Vera Tucker. You can maybe look to add another offensive lineman in a trade at some point. You have Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. You have Justin Fields. Start with just, can we whoop people's ass at the line of scrimmage and have a good rushing attack? If you start with that, you can maybe lean on playing, rushing the ball, playing defense, just try to build from there. So I think bigger than just Membo being a good player here, I think it's a sensible way to start a rebuild by taking an offensive tackle. I think taking Tyler Warren would be kind of insane because, like, do we know for sure that, okay, speaking about the Raiders having to get an offensive line to maximize Genty, do the Jets have the quarterback to maximize Tyler Warren? I don't know about that. So I'm actually kind of not all in on the idea that you start a build by a rebuild taking a tight end. The Raiders did it in a way, but like, I don't think we should ever use the Raiders as a model for making good decisions. So we'll see what happens. Derrick Henry carried the team in the second half. Lamar did nothing. Damn, that's harsh as fuck. Oh, Shay, true. Yeah, finally not a huge human being. Hell yes. Membo is the pick. We're 7 for 7. So yeah, they go offensive line. Okay, now, no, you know what? Carolina's pick should be pretty simple. I think shit really gets interesting at New Orleans now. But fuck, man. So far, I mean, I was talking about the different ways to look at mock drafts. So far, it doesn't matter how you look at mine. My shit is perfect. My shit is perfect so far. Yo, hey, never forget, bro. Never forget. I'm the same creator that gave you these at the beginning of the playoffs, bro. I predicted what would happen if every playoff team matched up against each other. And you saw Chiefs and Eagles whooping everybody's ass. So man, I'm on a hell of a run right now. It's gonna run out at some point, but the run I'm on is sensational right now. Why did he choose not to go to the to go to draft night? I don't know, to be honest. I don't think everybody loves the fanfare and the crowds the same. I think some people would rather be with their family the entire time. I know Shadur is at home, and he's in a place that's so much nicer than the draft in Green Bay. Also, some people just don't fuck with Green Bay. There's that. But yeah, I think the main reason for not being at the draft is to be with your family, to be in your hometown. I know some people would like, instead of going to the draft, I could pack a house out with my high school teachers, my high school coaches, all my cousins. Like, you could actually kind of make a more lit time than random Green Bay, Wisconsin citizens. Yeah, but he's low-key embarrassed for fun. Wait, Membo? Oh, Shadur. Okay, yeah. No, in Shadur, yeah, that could also be a side motive for sure. That could also be a side motive. Panthers pick is in. Okay, so Panthers, they need edge rushers so badly because they had one of the lowest pressure rates in football. So that's a clear need. It's not their only need. They could go other spots. In terms of how their free agency went, they paid a safety. They paid a corner by re-signing J.C. Horn. They paid a defensive tackle. I think they paid a linebacker. Like, they spent money everywhere But if in proportion to like how valuable the position is, they didn't really invest much in the pass rushing spot. So I do think this is a pass rusher. In terms of who the best pass rusher is, the thing about this draft is there's really not there's really not a consensus. Like Jalen Walker is a bit of a tweener. Like he has this linebacker edge rusher versatility, and every single defensive coordinator is going to look at that differently. I think he should probably just be an edge rusher. He has some Nolan Smith shit going on in terms of superior athleticism at the expense of being a little bit small. It took the Eagles a year to coach up Nolan Smith to learn how to play being undersized. The Panthers might have to do the same with Jalen Walker. I trust their defensive coordinator, Ejiro Evero. I do think that he would be able to get the most out of a player like Jalen Walker. But if your philosophy looks at undersized edge rushers as like worse than some other philosophies, then you might want to go with somebody that has some more size. You might want to go for Michael Williams. You might want to pull for, if you want to go for pure ceiling, you probably go Shamar Stewart. For those of you guys who don't know about Shamar Stewart, he had, I think, a perfect athletic score. So there's a metric that they use to gauge athleticism. It's called RAS, Relative Athletic Score. So it takes your height and your weight, and then it puts all your athletic measurements or measures like, and it makes them like, it basically measures them against your height and weight. So like if you're really tall, but you move really well, that's better than being small and moving at the same level. So it's a score out of 10. Shamar Stewart had a perfect 10. Like he is one of the most athletic edge rushers we've ever seen. He's also simply not that good at the sport of football. Like technique isn't good, production isn't good. So if you're looking at pure ceiling, you might go for him and then just say, we're going to develop somebody who has a chance to be the best pass rusher in this class. There's a lot of different options you could go for. James Pierce is somebody who has pure production, really shit athleticism, right? He's the opposite of Shamar Stewart. So there's all kinds. It really depends how you think about football, how you think about prospects, which defensive end you would take here. Jalen Walker, I think the thing with him is that he fits the trend right now for what teams look for with edge rushers in terms of being undersized, athletic, the ability to drop into coverage, cover the flats. And so apparently he's like really popular. Like he's a really great leader. So somebody talked about how they spoke to an executive whose team, whenever they visit with a player, they asked them, if you could bring one of your teammates with you from to the pros, which teammate would you pick? And he said, in these big programs, there's usually all kind of options. But he said, of all the Georgia players we asked, every single player picked Jalen Walker, which is like an absurd outlier for every single player from a program to say, if I could pick one teammate to bring with me in the pros, it would be Jalen Walker. So I think he's going to check out. In the future, I could get drafted in NFL to play professional flag football. Dog, flag football watch-alongs one day. Shiloh Sanders says he was a bit picky when asked which teams he preferred to be. Oh my God, Shiloh, man. I hope you're trolling me. I hope he didn't actually say that. So yeah, the Panthers pick is in. I would not change this pick, but I tell you that Jalen Walker is my pick, not with a ton of confidence, because I don't have enough knowledge about how the Panthers view the defensive end position. It's just like if I had to make the pick, it would be Jalen Walker. If they go something other than edge rusher, I will be shocked. I will be shocked if they go something else other than edge rusher. The NFL wants to create a professional flag football league for sure. Flag football is going to be in the Olympics. It's going to be a more global, like it's going to be a more accessible sport all across the world than this version of football. So they should get a professional league, right? Like it's an opportunity that might really only pan out like 10, 15 years down the road, but it is a good opportunity. Okay, so Goodell is coming to the mic to announce the Panthers pick. All right, come on. Holy shit. Oh my God, Carolina. They take T-Mac. Tedero McMillan is off the board. So this is the first true shock, and the mock is officially broken. I had T-Mac going 23 to the Packers. Now, that's not because he's not good. T-Mac is a very polarizing prospect, but he's damn good at the sport of football. Okay, what is Tedero McMillan great at? He's he's I think like almost 6'5", 220, very muscular. Kind of like the Mike Evans, T. Higgins kind of style of receiver. His yards after the catch is amazing. His ability to make contested catches is amazing. He's not fast, but you kind of don't have to be fast. Think the way Mike Williams is a deep threat, right? Before he had his back issues, Mike Williams was an amazing deep threat. Was it because he could run by people? No, it's because he could simply get 30 yards down the field and then catch a jump ball over your DB. T-Mac is that kind of a deep threat. Now, the thing with T-Mac, one, his tape 2 years ago was better than his tape last year, and teams don't like players that trend downwards. Two, apparently his effort wasn't that good on tape last year because his team wasn't good. And again, some teams don't like when players kind of just like drop their effort when their team isn't good. Three, he talked about how like he just doesn't watch football, which to some people is a big deal. Sorry, he doesn't watch tape, which to some people is a big deal. To some people think like it's just a maturity thing. He could grow out of it. As for what I think about T-Mac, I think T-Mac is great. I thought the league would have an issue with the fact that he's not like athletic, you know, like he's not somebody who's going to run by people. He's not somebody, wait, hold on. Least knowledgeable about SUVs. I'm more focused on what the hell? What future are you living in? Panthers need defense. They have a good offense at the end of the season. This is true. These teams that need receivers got fucked. Because what King is saying is that this is probably going to trigger a run on receivers because once one goes off the board, if Dallas wanted a receiver, they're probably taking one now. If you needed a receiver in the 20s, what he's saying is like you might get fucked, but like we'll see. Like there's still a lot of prospects to go. But yeah, no. So in terms of what I think about Tedero McMillan, I think he's great. I think he's just like sometimes people overthink it. Sometimes a person is just simply good at football, and I think he's just good at football. I don't necessarily think his effort level dropping when he knew his team was bad last year is that big of a deal. I think you get some good vets around the player, and that'll work itself out. I don't think his lack of explosive like speed is going to be that big of an issue. Was this that big of a shock? I don't know. Like I never took those mocks seriously. So it's not to say that nobody could have seen this coming. I didn't personally take those picks seriously. Of course they could use a receiver. Also, the other thing to keep in mind, it is kind of uncommon to see a team go back-to-back years drafting the same position in the first round. Not to say it's never happened, but it is pretty uncommon. And they went Xavier Leggett in the first round last year at pick number 32. This is a great point. Adam Thielen will be a great mentor. But yeah, they're in the same division as Mike Evans. They know how troubling that kind of a receiver can be. I think T-Mac is going to be great. It's not a bad pick. I didn't react out of shock because I thought it was a bad pick. I reacted out of shock because I just really thought they were going edge rusher. He's going to be great. He's going to help Bryce Young. Yeah, I think he's going to let the other receivers fall into place, right? Because they have Leggett, they have Coker. Yeah, he's gonna let some of the other players fall into place, and I think it's gonna be completely fine. But yeah, the Saints pick is in. Shador looks happy, but he doesn't look like just got drafted kind of happy. So we'll see what happens. Also back to his hints. How does Michael B. Jordan from Sinners mean Ashton Genty? Snoop Doggy Dogg? Is there a connection there? So fresh, so clean. Okay. I don't know what that is. And champion. Bro, he didn't win shit. Yo, Pete Carroll is a clown, man. But yeah, man. Fuck. First time the mock is completely destroyed. Everyone that isn't a Steelers is fucking Kings. I remember all the memes saying CJ Stroud was crying on draft night because the Texans took him. Yeah, man. Those are always wild because come on. Of course the person's happy. Okay, so Saints made a pick. The intel about the Saints has always been that they want to make a trenches pick, either offensive tackle, because they just declined Trevor Penning, one of their starting tackles. They just declined his fifth-year option. and they want to get a Cam Jordan replacement. Because they have Cam Jordan and Granderson right now, they can afford to take somebody who needs development, which is why I mocked Michael Williams to them. With Jalen Walker on the board, I don't know, but it feels like Saints defensive ends are always big body. Oh, wow. Okay, so they went the other way. They went Kelvin Banks. So I just talked about how they could get an offensive tackle because Trevor Pennings isn't that good. They get Kelvin Banks, left tackle from Texas. Back-to-back years, they go offensive tackle in the first round, which is definitely a good strategy. It's definitely one that I support being an Eagles fan. Trenches are important. But yeah, I think part of what they were well positioned to do is they can focus on the important parts of a football team, offensive line, defensive line. They have the quarterback play that's going to secure them a top pick. They can get a quarterback at the top of the draft next year. And then when they get that quarterback, hand that quarterback a great offensive line. Hand that quarterback Chris Olave. I don't know if Alvin Kamara is going to still be there at that point, but I like this. I like this pick for the Saints. I don't know exactly what the plan is because they could. I don't know if they could kick Penning into guard because they still have one guard spot that needs to be filled. I don't think Banks is being drafted here to play guard. I think he's definitely getting drafted here to play tackle. They don't even know if Cars. Yeah, for sure, bro. That quarterback situation is going to get them a top pick. So that first ChatGPT mock that had Olami Ozoki cooking, bro. AI knows more than we know, man. AI knows more than we do. So the Bears are on the clock. The Bears are about to make a pick in front of Packers faithful. Okay. So now that the mock is officially broken, the Bears can go any edge player that they want because the edge player hasn't gone off the board yet. I mean, Abdul Carter aside, right? So the Bears can go any edge player they want. I know Murtaza wanted to go edge, so that's pretty cool for him. They could go defensive tackle because I like Walter Nolan. I think the off the field shit that people have, like concerns that they have with him, not the kind of off the field concerns that I personally care about. Omari and Hampton is my pick for them. Why Omari and Hampton? Because if you look at the Bears visits, they visited with like 4 first-round caliber prospects, and 2 of them were Genty and Hampton. So I think that shows clear intent to drafting a running back. My thing with the Bears, though, is that Ben Johnson, the coach, he already traded DeAndre Swift once in his career. He got DeAndre Swift the hell out of Detroit as the Lions offensive coordinator. So I know for a fact that he doesn't love DeAndre Swift. He's made no attempts to get another running back. So there's clear intention that the Bears are going to take a running back high. In terms of what they're going to do, I think they have to hold on to Swift for one more year because he still has guaranteed money on his contract. If you look at the Detroit backfield from last year, what's his name? Why are they doing schedule release bullshit right now? This is stupid. They could look at Swift as like a super bootleg Gibbs, and then they could go get their David Montgomery in the draft. So if you think about it from that standpoint, Omarion Hampton is the more Montgomery kind of a back. So I think Hampton makes sense from that standpoint. At 10, it might be a little bit rich, but we're in the post Saquon Barkley era. I think running backs might be sexy again. So yeah, I think this I'm not gonna get pushed off Omari and Hampton. I'm gonna stick with that. Stick with my mock. With all those people standing, why don't they just do it inside the stadium? I don't get it. This is actually a great point. This feels very inefficient considering that the stadium is right there. We in the woke era. What is this? This is legitimately like, I saw that these two were walking out and I'm like, oh, they must have like a bit prepared for when the Bears pick to just like stoke up the atmosphere. But no, this is schedule release stuff. What the fuck are we, man? You know what? I was about to just check my phone and get the pick spoiled, but I don't want to do it. Okay, they look pretty happy, and I'm gonna be. It feels like running back kind of happy. It doesn't feel like edge rusher kind of happy. Okay, so we get this guy. I understand wanting to rep like the thing that your team is. So the Bears, you want to like rep bear shit. But that guy that was in the full bear costume, you're venturing into some pretty like creepy, like weird, freaky shit. Like you can't be that much of a bear. That's just too much. Okay, Chicago Bears with their pick. Goodell walks to the podium. Is it gonna be a Marion Hampton or a Marion? It's probably a Marion. It could be Edge though, and if it's Edge, it feels like Michael Williams. Bro, I was talking about some Hall of Famer, man. They should have released the schedule. A waste of time. Complete waste of time, man. Complete waste of time. They're trying to make the schedule release like a premium event. It's just like nobody cares, and justifiably so. Justifiably so, man. It is not like a thing people like. I only care about it because I try to buy try to buy Eagles tickets from the Eagles as opposed to resale tickets. But like the people that are looking to buy tickets that way, like 1% of the football community. Okay. All right. They just plugged this Walter Payton stuff. So surely you take a running back to honor Walter Payton. No? Okay, never mind. Yo, we're still talking about Walter Payton. Like salute and respect, but we're here to hear about draft picks. Yo. All right. Well, guys, not that I entirely anticipated us doing this. We got football grids we can do. Okay, no, they're announcing the pick. What? Oh my god, bro, King. The chat GPT was cooking. Loveland went ahead of Warren. Holy shit. Oh my god. Chat GBT was cooking. Bro, King knows because King was the only person there. I gave ChatGPT hella information. I said, make a mock draft. It took bare offensive linemen and took Colston Loveland in front of Tyler Warren. And me and King sat there and we were like, what is this woke nonsense? The Bears, okay, Colston Loveland. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. I think Colston Loveland, like, I don't think this is a bad pick. It's just like it's edgy. This is Detroit level edgy, right? Remember when they took Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell way earlier than they're expected to go, and they're just like, fuck you guys. These are good players. We don't care that it's early. These are great players, right? This is the same kind of thing. Colston Loveland is like a receiver at tight end, but here's the catch. He went to Michigan, so he's a Harbaugh player. The thing about these kind of guys, like, Harbaugh would never pick recruit a player that's not at least a willing blocker. So I think that he has blocking upside. He's a great receiver. I think he's going to be a phenomenal tight end. I've long thought that Cole Kmet is not it and is replaceable. Here's your replacement. You look at how much production Ben Johnson got out of Sam Laporta. He's given himself another kind of a weapon that he can get a similar kind of production from. The way Sam Laporta was a red zone demon, Colston Loveland has an opportunity to be the same kind of player. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's going to be a top tier tight end. I think we know that Ben Johnson knows what to do with this kind of a player. All of that is good and fine. It's just like, yo, Warren hasn't even gone yet. You probably could have traded back and got this pick. And again, we said the same thing about Gibbs. We said the same thing about Jack Campbell. Those things don't actually matter. But yo, Loveland ahead of Warren is aggressive. Dog. Colston Loveland 10 to the Bears. What a day. What a draft. Holy shit, bro. There's so much taxidermy in this house. Those are big ass deer. Those aren't even deer. Those are moose. This is the kind of family Loveland comes from, bro. Nobody comes from that kind of family and isn't willing to block. Yeah, but yo, Niners pick is in. Love to see the pace of this draft. I feel like they've cut out a lot of fluff because we're a third of the way into this draft. We're probably a little over an hour into the draft, so we should be done. couple hours from now. So that's pretty nice. But shit, man. We thought ChatGPT was on something. It looks like, yo, so this is the thing. You know what this really excites me for? The opportunity to do this next year. Next year, I'm gonna take ChatGPT way more seriously. But yo, remember how like I don't know how many mock drafts you looked at, right? But you look at mock drafts and you start to get your like view of things starts to get shaped. Like, okay, this is what normal is. I'm gonna look at 10 mock drafts and the different variations. This is what I consider normal. That shit never ends up happening ever. So part of what I liked about ChatGPT is at least made me consider and think different things. And it was a valuable thing to do, I think, because look at what happened, right? It made us consider a lot of different outcomes and timelines that didn't actually happen. But one of them is kind of happening. So that's pretty cool. Colston Loveland, man. That is not a baller. But yeah, Tyler Warren still has to go. I think Tyler Warren is a candidate to go to. I mean, Indy at this point. I think if the Colts don't go Warren, I don't know where Warren goes because after the Colts, Atlanta has Kyle Pitts, and they've taken so much offensive skill position talent in the first round. There's no way they would take Warren. Arizona just paid Trey McBride. Cincinnati just paid Gesicki. Like the next opportunity for him to get picked after Indy is Seattle. And I think he would be a pretty cool weapon for the Seahawks, but fuck, the Seahawks need offensive linemen. After that, could be Tampa Bay, could be Denver. But like the Tyler Warren fall might kind of happen if Indy decides to take somebody else. So the Niners go edge. I think the Niners probably go. Here's the thing, though. Okay, I would have said before the draft they could go anywhere offensive line or defensive line, literally anywhere but left tackle, and even left tackle if they decided they want a Trent replacement, that's not the worst idea. That being said, the way the board has fallen, bro, it doesn't make sense to go tackle because too many of them have gone off the board. You don't take the fourth tackle off the board here when you could take the second edge, or you could take the second defensive tackle. You could take Walter Nolan or take your pick of all the other edge players. And you can get, like, again, a premium player in the draft respective to the position. If you're taking an offensive tackle here, who's left on the board? Let's look at my mock draft. Who's left on the board? Banks is gone. Booker's a guard. Who's the next offensive tackle? Zabel's interior. The next offensive tackle, fuck, this is far, bro. Josh Simmons or Connerly. Like, the guys aren't really there. So they can't go offensive tackle. I'm hearing it, bro. I think they go edge. If I was them, I would go defensive tackle, by the way. If I was in this draft room, I'm going Walter Nolan. Yo, okay, here's the thing, right? I think people will probably laugh at this, but when your season is any one snap in your season could make your reality, that your team is run by Zach Wilson, I think that's a horrible situation to be in, bro. You have to get insurance against your season being in Zach Wilson's hands. Okay. Yo, are they honoring somebody? Oh, they're honoring people. All right. But yeah, I didn't know I was going to do this. Wait, is he making the pick? I don't know. I got grids though, people. So NFL. So for those of you guys who don't consume any of my NBA content, I found this doing NBA stuff, and I found that there's an NFL equivalent. But the way the game works is you pick a player that's played for these two teams, and wait, hold on. They made the pick? Who they pick? Oh no, they didn't make the pick. They just started cheering. My bad, people. You pick a player that played for these two teams, the more rare your answer is, the better. So I'll show you guys in a second. The next time they're too wild about segments, we're going to play grids. Okay. Roger Goodell announcing the Niners pick. I would take Walter Nolan. If I had to guess, they're going to take Michael Williams. NFL draft. They select what? Michael Williams. Okay, my first audible pick went. Okay, why Michael Williams? So I talked about how I think Jalen Walker is probably like the best option left, but I talked about how with the remaining edge rushers, your taste in edge rusher is everything, right? The Niners, if you think about Joey Bosa, that's a huge motherfucker, right? You think about Chase Young, that's a pretty big edge rusher. They don't really have the small athletic edge rusher, so it wasn't going to be Jalen Walker. Michael Williams at 260 pounds fits the big motherfucker standard that the Niners have for edge rushers. So it made sense. In terms of the other edge rushers they could take at this size, you're probably looking at Shamar Stewart. I think Mike Green fits it. But no, man, like he makes sense. What did I say about Michael Williams is that he athletic, he's very athletic. He needs to develop a little bit. But when this kind of a player goes to a coach like Robert Saleh, you just bet that it's going to work out. So I do think he's going to be a good edge rusher for them. They need somebody to complement Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa. Yeah, Nick Bosa is the one that they have. And I think he'll do a good job of doing it. I mean, like, he's not going to get the double teams. Bosa is going to get the double teams. So Michael Williams for the Niners, solid pick. They can be patient with him. And I think it's going to work out. Next pick, the Miami Dolphins. I don't care who's off the board. They have to go offensive line. They have to go offensive line. Holy yes, they have to go offensive line. I'm seeing a sleeper notification. What happened? Oh, this is just Michael Williams. The Dallas. Oh, it's Dallas. My bad. I thought Miami was next. Dallas's pick is in. Yo, we don't pay that team attention. We don't care about that team. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. In Motion Football, we are gonna be here. And his jersey just got retired, bro. Hold on though. I tried to tell people, if you saw my mock draft. So by the way, Ravens fan, my mock draft, 32 picks. I don't have Shedeur Sanders going in the first round. And when I did my ChatGPT mocks, I would always tell ChatGPT, like, bro, if Shedeur doesn't go to the Giants, you have to have him fall until like the Steelers. So I do think that the fall for Shedeur is going to happen. And yeah, we're definitely going to monitor how that goes. When can I join? Yo, okay, at the very latest, the Steelers. I think so far, I'm still feeling up for like holding the stream down. Tyler Booker. Okay, hold on. But yeah, at the latest, it'll be when the Steelers are on the clock. Okay, so Dallas takes Tyler Booker. This guy is an excellent guard. He gets to replace Zach Martin, and that is what they need. So they have Tyler Smith. They have Zach Martin. They have two good guards again. Interesting thing about Dallas is their offensive coordinator that they got from Arizona was Arizona's offensive line coach. And what I will say is that offensive line coaches becoming offensive coordinators is very rare. How I think that's going to work, though, is I think the offensive coordinator is going to build an offense that's kind of like keeping the offensive line in mind, one, but also basically, if you think about most teams, their offensive line coach is their main offensive line mind, right? Like Shanahan is not coaching up the offensive linemen with technique. But when you look at the Cowboys, their offensive coordinator is going to be an asset to the offensive line room. So I do think they're in a position to develop offensive linemen. This guy's good. Tyler Smith is already good. BB and Guyton, the center and the left tackle, those people are going to need the development, right? So if they can develop those two up, they're probably going to have a good offensive line again. I think their right tackle, Terrence Steele, I think he's incredibly one-dimensional, man. Good run blocker, not a good pass blocker. I don't know if they're going to get an opportunity to upgrade him. They have a lot more needs. But yeah, with Booker, he can step in, replace Zach Martin, and it should be good for them. Run, fat man, run. I hope so, man. I hope so. Shout out to Green Bay hosting the draft. Eagles beat you guys twice like division rivals last year, but it is what it is. Much love. Yeah, but yeah, Green Bay season began and ended with Philadelphia losses, right? Week 1 in Brazil lost to Philadelphia, wild card weekend in Philadelphia, their season ended. But yeah, Tyler Booker. Wait, bro, King. When I forgot about the Cowboys, what did I say about the Dolphins? You motherfuckers have to take an offensive lineman. But there's so many offensive linemen falling off the board. Who can they take now? Zabel? Yeah, it's Zabel, Simmons, or Connerly, or Donovan Jackson. No, you can't take Donovan Jackson this high. Bro, the Dolphins. Yo, but King, hold on. Didn't this happen? I feel like this happened in a mock. I think it was the third ChatGPT one. When I got to Miami, I was like, oh my God, the offensive linemen are gone. Yeah, when the offensive lineman run happened, that was the main takeaway is like, my goodness, Miami got fucked. And it happened. So, okay, in terms of like areas, I had Jalen Walker going 8. He's going nowhere close to 8, so that's a failure. I had Mikael Williams 9. He went 11. So I think being within 2 picks is pretty good. Hampton 10, failure. Walter Nolan 11. There's still some picks left. Kelvin Banks, I had him going 12. He went 11. That's good. Booker, I had 13. He went 12. That's good. So 13 picks so far. I'm pretty happy with all of them except 3. Jalen Walker, Amarian Hampton. No, Walter Nolan, the jury's still out. Miami could take him. So far, out of my first 13 picks of my mock, I'm very proud of 11 of them. Amarian Hampton and Jalen Walker, you guys let me down. I could have been fans, but you low-key have made an enemy out of me without even starting your NFL careers. But yeah, that guy looks excited to be a Dallas Cowboy. Zach Martin's shoes are pretty big to fill, though. That guy has more all-pros than holding penalties. That's absurd. Okay, so finally, guys, when is the last time a team has been on the clock? Miami is on the clock. 4 minutes to go. They haven't made a pick yet. I feel like these teams have had their picks in for like time in this draft. But yeah, we're at a commercial and the team is on the clock. So, guys, we can play grids. So, for the people that have never played this game with me, how it works is you have to pick a player that fits both the categories. The more rare your pick is, the better. So, for example, right, this one's probably going to be a really popular pick, Stephon Gilmore. Oh my God, he's not? Stephon Gilmore, the 10% means that 10% of people that play this game pick Stephon Gilmore. And that's good. You want the lowest percentages possible because you get points for having, you want to have as little percentages as possible because that's what you get rewarded for. Cardinals and Vikings. Okay, Adrian Peterson, but he's so popular. This is going to be too high. Oh, 29% is not that bad. Falcons, Cardinals, nothing comes to mind. Here, Randy Moss. This is probably also really popular. 51%. Yeah, Randy Moss is too popular. But honestly, these are hard to come up with. Raiders and Falcons. Oh, Calais Campbell here? Oh, wait. Hell of a pick, bro. Hell of a pick. Calais Campbell, 46%. But you know what, bro? King? I'm not picky about percentages in this game because it's legitimately hard to do. Cowboys, Falcons? Shit. Who played for both these teams? Cowboys, Falcons. And then Raiders, Falcons. Bro, it's tough. The football grids are tough. But yeah, anybody who's watching, feel free to participate. This is definitely an interactive game. As a community, we're going to try to get the lowest score we can possibly get. Cowboys, Falcons. So D'Angelo Hall did not play for the Cowboys. Okay, let me think of random Falcons. Did Roddy White? No. Michael Turner? No. Vic? No. Algie Crumpler? I don't even know. Who played for the... Maybe a random receiver? No, nothing's coming to mind. Yeah, this is tough. Oh, Dante Fowler? Ooh, that's a very good pick. Scott Case. Dante Fowler was 4%. So, Ravens fan, you were close. Did we get raided by somebody? because the viewership just spiked out of nowhere. But yeah, shout out to everybody who just is tuning in. When there's gaps in whatever I'm doing a watch along for, I play this game, the Immaculate Grids at Football Reference. So the way it works is you try to find players. Yeah, if you guys can tell where we got rated from, I'd love to say thank you to somebody. But yeah, shout out to everybody that is pouring in. Oh, Sarcasm City pulled up. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You guys might be for oh, Marcus Mariota is sick. Okay, 33%. I don't care. You guys might be familiar with me from the basketball coverage at Sarcasm City on the playback. I'm there watching the playoff games. Yeah, this is my channel where I do NFL stuff. We're doing a watch along for the NFL draft. It's been a hell of an experience so far. So stay tuned and just hang out with us because I'm sure there's more drama to happen. The Steelers are gonna pick. That's King's team. We got Ravens fan in here. The Ravens are gonna make a pick. Daniel's here. The Colts are gonna make a pick. We got fans of every team that are gonna make pick. We got picks. There's a Chargers fan here. Where else are we? Jez is a free agent, so you can make a pitch to him for why he should cheer for your team. We got Chiefs fans in here. We got Texans fans, 2 of them. So it's lit in here, man. Okay, Dolphins pick is in. Oh no, Miami. No. What the fuck, man? Okay. I have to explain my reaction very well. Why am I distraught about this pick? Because Kenneth Grant he's a very good player. I think the issue isn't that you didn't take a good player. The issue is that stylistically, he's more run stuffer than pass rusher. And that puts him in a difficult position because most fans don't know to appreciate a guy who keeps gap integrity, right? These are valuable players. He's not going to get sacks. I don't know if he's ever going to have a season with more than 5 sacks. He's going to be a great run stuffer. He's going to be a good presence. He's probably going to be looked at as a bad pick, so to speak, because it's hard for these kind of players to justify being 13th overall. The Eagles took Jordan Davis, actually, hilariously, at 13th overall. And people talk about that pick being a bust all the time. And the thing is like Jordan Davis is a big part of the reason that we're a good defensive line, but because he occupies a very specific role. But that's not a role that people tend to appreciate or understand. And the reason I'm saying this is because I think that Miami is the coach is coaching for his job. The GM is GMing for his job. The thing about this is that this shit doesn't help you keep your job. This is a good player. Is going to be fine. He's going to be probably a Miami Dolphin for like 7 years. But that shit's not going to be a difference maker on a bad team. Oh my God. Like, your defense is probably going to be getting run through anyways. You have nobody at corner. You have Storm Duck and Jalen Ramsey who's not going to be there. Like, the defense isn't going to be good anyways. If a good team took Kenneth Grant, and I thought Kenneth Grant would go like the Chargers. If a good team takes Kenneth Grant, phenomenal. You know, people are going to be able to see why he's good. He's going to be in a position to produce. He's going to be able to make an impact. But I don't think this guy's going to be able to impact a defense that has no corners. Or forget corners, a whole secondary, because Javon Holland isn't there either. So, man, the issue there isn't with like the player. The issue is the fit, right? Because the thing about the draft is that like the fit of every single pick is important. No player is like a fixed thing, right? Every player is going to be impacted by the team that they start their career at. And this just isn't a great starting point for him from the standpoint of being able to impact the team. So, yeah, I don't love this. I don't love this for Kenneth Grant. And like I said, man, this offensive line is going to get you destroyed regardless. Indy needs some type of... They could take defense, but, bro, I think they're taking Tyler Warren. Yep, the Colts take Tyler Warren. So the team that has been tied to tight ends all draft, they finally get their guy. They get Tyler Warren. The Colts have had shitty tight ends, I want to say, since Kobe Fleener and Dwayne Allen. And they finally break that curse. This guy is phenomenal. He's an absurd player. Like, this guy is a tight end, and I've seen him line up outside at receiver. I've seen him line up in the slot. I've seen him line up in line as a tight end. I've seen him line up as a fullback. I've seen him get a handoff like a running back. I've seen him be a wildcat quarterback and keep the ball. I've seen him be a wildcat quarterback and throw the ball. I've seen him be a tight end and throw a ball on a trick play. This guy is a Swiss Army knife. That makes him very unique and very special. I think this guy's a phenomenal football player, and he's going to be a difference maker in Indianapolis. The issue with Indy is more just that they're big. Their problems are bigger than any one player. But there's a tiny chance that he throws a touchdown pass before any of their quarterbacks. That sounds like slander, but I'm dead serious. So that's something to watch for. I don't think there's a pick the Colts could make that would make me feel like, oh, your problems are fixed. So I'm not really going to punish this pick for that. Tyler Warren's damn good at football, and he's going to be good at football in Indy for a long time. So I'm not going to be mad at a team taking a good player. Fuck, man, though. He's going to go from Drew Aller to Daniel Jones / Anthony Richardson. That is sickening. That is sickening. But yeah. Where are we at? So we are at Atlanta, and Atlanta is happy. I think their big need was edge rusher the whole time. And goddamn, all the edge rushers are there for them to take. They can have, not Mikael Williams, but they could take Jalen Walker. They could take Mike Green. They could take James Pierce. They could take Shamar Stewart, even though I think that would be a horrible idea. But they have a lot of different things they can do. So I love that for them. But yeah, actually, let me find this needs page that I had pulled up yesterday. I had a very good page pulled up. King, did I explain yesterday the needs page I was looking at? Because Albert Breer wrote an article where he talked to like executives from every team, and he had executives talk about the needs of like their rivals. So basically you're looking at like, what does every team need according to the teams that scout them and scrutinize them, which I think is a very interesting concept. I'm pulling it up again. Where needs for all 32 teams according to rival scouting departments. Okay, so Atlanta, actually, you know what? Let me see how accurate they were, right? So Tennessee's first need was quarterback. They took that position. The scouts did not view defensive tackle as a top 4 need for the Browns. Their needs were quarterback, offensive tackle. You know what? Why am I reading off this shit and not showing you guys? What an idiot that I'm being right now. You weren't there. My bad. Okay. We got a tight end. Bro, he's really good, man. He's really good. You're going to like him. Who are the best picks available? Okay, give me a second. So I'm just going to run through this. So these are the needs according to rival scouting departments. Quarterback identified as a top need. They went that position. Defensive tackle was not listed as a need for the Browns, but they went best player available, and they just have so many needs. Giants, edge rusher, not listed, but again, I think they had to go best player available, and essentially just not pass up on Abdul Carter. New England, offensive tackle was a need. They took it. Jacksonville, defensive tackle, top need. They did not take it, but safety. No, hold on. Why would I highlight safety? Wide receiver was a need, but they did not address need. They addressed going for premier talent. So it seems like a theme so far is like teams either draft by their need or they draft by best player available. Vegas, offensive line, defense, running back, 5th need. The Jets, they took a right tackle. So that's they did not view wide receiver, but that's just because all these are needs as well. Saints took OL. They drafted by need. Chicago took they took a tight end. That wasn't identified. Niners took the position that was identified as a big need. Cowboys took the position as well. Miami, they took defensive tackle. Fuck. Okay, they went on a run here. Indy, tight end. Yo, the scouts were on a run. Okay, so according to the scouts, edge, defensive tackle, and center are the biggest needs. Who are the best picks available? Let me see if I can pull up a website that's actively keeping track of this. This doesn't have prospects, right? Draftcast? What the hell is this? What a stupid latest from Adam Schefter. Okay, best available. Jalen Walker. Why? This is not true. I definitely disagree with that. Okay. Fuck, this isn't good. Let me open up another one because I feel like the NFL tracker would be better for something like this. I'm going to close Twitter for now. Okay. NFL draft tracker. They're going to do a better job. Bro, why do you keep opening up this stupid shit? Okay. Filter, show me available players. Undrafted. Cool. Okay. So they have a scouting grade. So this is one person's opinion. This is not like a consensus. Will Johnson, I think they could take him. I would be surprised. A lot of the mocks that I did had corners dropping, and I think that makes a lot of sense. And we were accurate. Like AI was accurate with my help. Walter Nolan, could this be the pick here? I don't think so. It's a position of need. I just think that they need other things more. Jahdae Barron, Will Johnson versus Jahdae Barron is very much a scheme conversation. It's viable depending on your scheme to identify either player as the better player. Wait, hold on. I think they just removed a player off the list. The pick is in. Wait, I think a player just got removed from the list. Fuck. Okay, I think I'm glad I didn't look at a spoiler. I can't really remember who went off the list either, though. But yeah, man, you guys took a good player. Atlanta, I think they go Jalen Walker. I think they finally take a Georgia player, right? In Georgia, they wear the same colors. They watched all these amazing Georgia players get developed locally. They didn't take any of them. That just seems like stupid. So they do some fan service here and take Jalen Walker, I think. But yeah. I'm going to run and get a phone charger real quick. So give me like 10 seconds, legit. We're back. So, the Atlanta pick is in. The way Raheem Morris is celebrating, that's a defensive player, which we already knew. But he's grinning like he got somebody he can like work with. I feel like it's Jalen Walker still. Also, this best fit thing, I need to know the justification with this because Derek Harmon as best fit, it feels kind of ridiculous. Feels kind of ridiculous. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching right now. 25 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Likes really help YouTube identify content that it should push to other people. So during a stream like this, the more you guys like, the more people will probably see this video recommended, and that'll really help the stream out. It's obviously a huge stream because it's draft night. So yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. They took Jalen Walker. They finally did the fan service pick and took the Georgia player. They needed an edge rusher. They have a coach that I trust to develop him. I don't think that Raheem Morris would take a defensive player without a plan, and I think Jalen Walker needs a plan. So from that standpoint, it's good. Yo, ESPN, lock in. Okay, they finally got the Jalen Walker pick. So I like this. Arizona is on the clock now. Okay, Arizona here. I think they go corner because corner is in need, and they have their choice of the top two corners. They can pick. I think Jahdae Barron is the better scheme fit. So Jahdae Barron would be the corner pick here. Also, hold on. Let's check in on the needs list. Let's check in how that's doing. Oh, need is so, bro. Albert Breer. These scouts are on a run. They Atlanta's top need, they took it. Indy's second need, they took it. Miami's main need, they took it. Dallas's main need, they took it. San Francisco, they took it. Chicago is really the only team that bucked it. Next, edge linebacker. Wait. If this is the set of needs, this pick is either Mike Green or Jahad Campbell. Our offense is going to get better. This is true. You think Raheem Morris is on the hot seat? I don't think so, because I think he's if he's on the hot seat because of the GM has to be on the hot seat because he's the GM's guy, and the GM has already done enough fucking up. So the GM isn't going to put pressure on the coach, because inadvertently that puts pressure on him. Now, does the owner think, like, I don't think the owner is going to look at him with too much scrutiny, because I think he's going to look at last year like a wash. The whole quarterback situation was muddy. Kirk Cousins wasn't good. I don't think he's going to look at the defensive coach and say, you're responsible for the quarterback decision. I think he's more going to look at Raheem Morris as a victim of a messy quarterback situation. Okay, so the scouts identified. So, Daniel, what this website is this website is somebody who looked at rival team, like every team's rivals scouts, and asked them what this team needs. So your Colts rivals identified offensive guard as their main need, because you guys lost Will Fries in free agency. You guys still need an offensive guard, but you guys can still do that in the second round. But tight end was identified as the second need, and you guys addressed it. But yeah, to here, I think the thing here would be Mike Green at edge, but they paid Josh Sweat. I don't think you need to double down with Josh Sweat and Baron Browning, because I personally think Baron Browning is good, even though he hasn't played well for the last like year and a half or so. Inside linebacker, the answer here is Jahad Campbell. Guard, Gray Zabel. I think it's probably too early for Donovan Jackson, even though I think Donovan Jackson, 10-year starter. I think he's going to be a great guard. People just don't like taking guards early for some reason, even though like offensive line is offensive line. It's really important. I think Gray Zabel probably goes higher because he has positional versatility. He can play left guards, center, right guard, and right tackle. Everything but left tackle. Receiver, I mean, T-Mac is off the board, but Cardinals need receiver. I mean, bro, they don't have anything except they don't have anybody but Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, they don't have anybody but Marvin Harrison Jr. Really. Like, let's look up the depth chart. Okay, Arizona Cardinals. If you look at receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, this guy's been in the league for 2 years, hasn't really done anything. Zay Jones is mid. Greg Dortch is mid. No, who are the rest of these guys? So they could use a receiver. I think they probably are comfortable with offensive line, tight end, and quarterback. Running back, nah, they just paid James Conner again, and they drafted Trey Benson in the 3rd round last year. Defensively, they got 2 30-year-old defensive tackles, which means they have defensive tackles for now, and you don't take a backup defensive tackle to replace them in the future this early. They could go edge, but again, they signed Josh Sweat, and they traded for Baron Browning midseason. I think they probably still want to give him another chance. The linebacker situation is shaky because Akeem Davis-Gaither, he came from Cincinnati. He wasn't anything special there. You can go play receiver for the Cardinals. I got hands too. I don't have routes, but I have hands. But yeah, they could use a linebacker. And then in the secondary, Buda Baker and this guy, Taylor Demerson, those are 6 safety duo. The corner spots, though, it could be better. 2nd round pick from last year, Max Melton, they'll probably give him another chance. Garrett Williams, I think he's a set slot corner. The possibility to upgrade more is Sean Murphy Bunting. This guy, he just goes team to team to team. I think he went Tampa to Tennessee to Arizona. Jahdae Barron would be this guy's replacement. Jahad Campbell would be Mac Wilson's replacement. So one of those picks is the guy here. I'm quite sure. Whoa, they took Walter Nolan. So I just said these words that sound hilarious now. What did I say? I said They signed two 30-year-old defensive tackles. For those of you guys who don't know how to read this website, if a player's name is in all caps, that means they're 30 or over. They signed Dalvin Tomlinson and Calais Campbell to be their starting defensive tackles. And then they drafted Darius Robinson, another defensive tackle last year. I guess he must be ass because they're drafting Walter Nolan realistically to not play this year, but play next year. Truthfully, you know what? No. I think he's probably better than both these guys, right? But like clearly they signed one of these guys and they're not going to play them. Yo, no free ads, fam. But yeah, it's funny. Like it's really hard to understand what team needs are. What is this guy? These scouts didn't identify defensive tackle as a need because the thing is it's not actually a need. Like they could use it, right? You have two 30-year-old defensive tackles, at 30, every single play is an injury risk. Any single week a player could fall off. But honestly, like, I don't know. It's an upgrade. He's good. They drafted a good player. But fuck, man, like you needed a linebacker. I just showed you guys the linebacker room. It's horrible. You need a corner because Sean Murphy Bunting is not that good. Like, I don't know. Again, my philosophy is you can never be mad when a team takes a good player. Like when the Eagles took Jalen Hurts, we had Carson Wentz and a lot of people were pissed. I'm like, I'm a little confused, but I'm never going to be mad about a team taking a good football player. So as a person that thought Jalen Hurts was good, I'm like, whatever. This is a similar thing. I'm a bit confused why they took him, but he's a good football player. Now with him, what people are going to say is that he fell in the draft a little bit because of off the field concerns. Apparently his friendship circle is just too like immature, and really what they think is they're like too, how do I say it? I don't want to say like the wrong thing, but like maybe he doesn't hang with the right crowd. Personally, I think that's a real stupid reason to drop somebody in a draft. I think the goal should be to take that player and then just get the player around whatever the hell the right people are, right? I don't think a talented football player should drop because of their friends. If you wanted to go to the NFL, would you play tackle or flag football once the league is created? I'm not trying to take any hits or get any CTE. I'll happily play flag football. Randy Moss hands or George Pickens hands? Randy Moss hands, bro. What the hell? They were. You thought they were gonna go get Ibuka? Yeah, bro. They could have reunited Marvin Harrison with Emeka Ibuka, bro. They could have had teammates at wide receiver. That would have been pretty fire. Kyler would have had hella options, and they have Paris Johnson, offensive tackle from Ohio State as well. They could have really put together an Ohio State offense, but they fucked up. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, very talented football player, incredibly good at the sport. I'll say it, too hood. Basically, yeah. By the way, teams had similar concerns with Dalvin Cook. And I remember reading an article, and I love white people, man. Like the way they described Dalvin Cook's friends that they didn't like him being around, they called them unsavory characters. And I'm just like, yo, that is chef's kiss for articulation, bro. And forever then, like that's always my term for like, these are some unsavory characters. And like, imagine being called unsavory. Like, bro, how do you even respond to that? Emeka Okafor or Bismack Biyombo? Oh, bro, Emeka Okafor. What the hell? Okay, Bengals needs edge, corner, safety, or interior line. They could go literally a great player at every single position. If the Bengals fuck this pickup, fire everybody. At edge, they could take Mike Green or Shamar Stewart. At corner, they could take Jade Barron or Will Johnson. At safety, they could take Nick Emenwari or Malachi Starks. At interior offensive line, they could take Gray Zabel. They have options abound. But look, guys, the corners are dropping again. For the back-to-back years, cornerbacks in the NFL draft have fallen. Quinyon Mitchell fell to the Eagles at 22, the first corner off the board last year. He was sensational. He didn't fall because he's not good. He fell just because other positions got prioritized. It's happening again, people. The two corners at the top of the draft are very good football players. Will Johnson is very good. Jade Barron is very good. Any of these teams that need corners, you have an opportunity to get a great one in the 20s of this draft. Cincinnati Bengals, I don't think they're going to go corner. I think getting yourself an edge rusher to protect against Trey Hendrickson getting traded is really important. I think getting an interior offensive lineman so that Joe Burrow doesn't get killed, because that seems to happen every other year, is very important. So I think here you either take, in my opinion, I think Mike Green is the best defensive end to take. You either take Mike Green or you take Gray Zabel. Anything else, and I'll be very disappointed. Let me check in on this mock draft. Okay. I left out at fact Calvin Banks, right? No, Tyler Book. Okay, Tyler Warren, that's another pick I'm proud of. Walter Nolan, okay, that's a pick that I can say I was off. So that's 3 picks in the top 14 I was very off about. Mike Green, still have a chance to be in an okay spot about. Jahad Campbell, yeah, he hasn't gone yet. Is there somebody late that's gone? Because Jalen Walker went here. Walter Nolan went here. Who did the Cardinals take? Oh yeah, they took wait, hold on. I'm tripping. Who did the Cardinals take? Damn, memory loss. Oh yeah, Nolan. Yeah, okay. I literally just said his name. I think I mixed the team up in my head. Colston Loveland was the guy that took the crazy jump. Loveland and T-Mac. Look, these guys went 8 and 10. I had them 22 and 23. Very unpredictable draft. But having Will Johnson and Jade Barron falling 19 and 20, I'm feeling very proud of that. Travion Henderson to Denver, that's my super crazy shot. But it's looking like the more that Hampton falls, I'm thinking Hampton probably is the pick. But if Travion goes ahead of Hampton, then there's one guy that we have to give flowers to. But yeah, I had them taking edge. I had Mike Green off the board, so I think this would be Mike Green here. But if not, Gray Zabel. All right. Oh, fuck. No, they did it. They took Shamar Stewart. They took the insane athlete that's not that good at the sport of football. They took Shamar Stewart, edge rusher. This is a developmental pick. Like, you draft him, you don't really need too much of from him year one, and you just hope that things pan out going forward. My thing with Shamar Stewart was always that you have to go to a situation where I believe in your defensive coaches. I know your defensive coaches have a history of developing players. I don't think they need you to play too much too early, and the coaching staff is going to get it done. I don't believe in the Bengals defensive coaches. They got Al Golden, who was the Notre Dame defensive coordinator last year. So, I mean, you know what? He was working with college athletes, so maybe that's a good thing. But fuck, man. Not good. I don't think this is a good pick. Shamar Stewart. I think right now the consensus is most Chargers fans want a running back with our pick, so Hampton, but I doubt he gets through. I think the safe pick and most predictable pick is probably Egbuka. Oh my god. Oh, I said this. Hold on. What did I have mocked? Oh yeah, I had when did this come up? I think ChatGPT gave you Egbuka once. I talked about how Egbuka and Lad McConkey would be a very interesting receiving core, because they would be so good. They just wouldn't be popular. They would be super underrated, because you don't look at them and see elite receivers, but they're so good at the sport of football. It would just be like you guys having a type in terms of liking slept on, fundamentally sound, just great receivers. I'm drafting defense because they don't have cap space. This is true. A lot of money spent on the offense, so they have to draft defense. The defensive prospect going into the Bengals defense. I heard Trey's out. Isn't he? Wait, who? Trey's wait, Trey Lance? Who are we talking about? Oh, Travion. No. Yeah, I don't know who my guy is talking about. Okay, Seahawks. Where is Will at? Is my question, because shit. Okay, where did I have Shamar going? I had Shamar going to the Lions. See, the Lions that's a situation where I'd be like, you know what? You don't have to play early because they have guys. When you do play, you play out aside of on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson, so you're never getting double teamed. I was like, okay, Shamar Stewart to Detroit, I like that situation. Shamar Stewart to Cincinnati when Trey Hendrickson wants to leave, I don't love it. Okay, Seattle Seahawks. Almost every reputable mock drafter had them taking Gray Zabel. When you look at their needs, it's edge, offensive line, and safety. Too many edges have gone off the board. I don't think the value is there. You could take Gray Zabel or Emin Worry. You have options here. Um, oh yeah, Trey Hendrickson is out, bro. Because the thing is, the a Bengals executive came out in the media and said Trey Hendrickson should be happy with the offers we're giving him, which is just the utterly stupidest thing I've ever heard of an organization like taking your negotiations public by saying that. And Trey Hendrickson heard that and went to the Pat McAfee show the next day and was just talking about how disappointed he was in the decision. That shit does not sound like a couple that's going to get back together. That sounds like they're on a straight line headed towards divorce. So I do think Trey Hendrickson is gone. But yeah, like I said, most of their cap space on 3 players. Yeah, bro, Bengals franchise is cooked. Seahawks pick is in. Okay. I think it's Gray Zabel. I think it's got to be Gray Zabel. No, bro, King, it's just utterly ridiculous, man. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Okay, cool. So I mean, Will isn't here, but I talked with Will pretty extensively. I was like, brother, you need to help out Sam Darnold. You don't give a quarterback that kind of contract and then just not help them out. So I think that has to happen. In terms of best players available, they don't need corners. I don't think they need an edge on paper. Bro, I mean, maybe receiver. Like receiver is the shock pick, but safety and interior offensive line are identified as the needs. Yeah, no, we King understood. Gray Zabel. So Gray Zabel, a player that was tied to them for a long time. Turns out people knew something because fuck man, this pick actually happened. I think this is the first pick in a long time I got right in my mock draft. My mock draft got torn to shreds. Yeah. Oh no. I mean, last pick right was Warren, but yeah, Gray Zabel. So far, my latest right pick. I got Will Johnson going next to the Bucks. I kind of feel good about that one. I kind of feel good about Will Johnson to the Bucks. Bro, King, if you get Jade Barron, that's insane value. That's Quinyon Mitchell all over again. Also, what is the best fit? James Pierce? Bullshit. Bullshit. That I need to know the formula for identifying the best fit. We will get to this at the next break, but man, hell of a first round. Also, I mean, I got this shit here. Shout out to StreamYard. I'm now officially a paid streamer. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, anybody who's trying to start a YouTube channel, use my link. That's the wildest promotion for something ever. Like, yo, you need to do this. Use my shit. It's way too aggressive. But truthfully, I don't know. Like, I don't think anybody here wants to start a YouTube channel. Okay, they went to commercial. So we grid 3,000 plus passing yards for the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo, because Dak and Aikman probably get a lot of the votes. Okay, 30%, not bad. Arizona Cardinals, Carson Palmer. Are people aware that he hooped there? No. I mean, yeah. Oh, Oakland and LA Raiders. Did this guy? No. Wait, Jake Plum? No, not Jake Plummer. There's another guy. No, wait, what? Maybe I'm getting the name wrong. Jake. Damn, I'm tripping. I might be making a person up. Take that jersey off, Fly Ravens Fly. Bro, I'm not doing a topless stream. I'm not that kind of streamer. Carson Palmer, nah, you can't repeat players. I actually may have fucked up. I may have fucked up. Oh, okay. Is the pick in yet? No, it's not in yet. Raiders. Fuck. Wait, did Jason Campbell throw for 3,000 yards? I don't think so. He had one good year for them. Did somebody come by and play like one good year? Oh, that's then Rich Gannon. You know what? Rich Gannon is solid. Oh, we did it. 250. Okay, so guys, 250 is all the percentages put together. We have to try to get under 250 for the next one. So let's look at 644. First round pick. Oh, let's go. Okay, first round pick for the Titans. Yo, who's that offensive lineman? No, but they have to step on a football field. So no, that won't run. Tennessee Titans first round pick. Yo, who's the guy that started the podcast? What's his name? The Busting with the Boys, Luan. 5%. Let's go. Okay. Giants. Streets will never forget. Wait, Eli Apple. Streets will never forget Eli Apple. New England Patriots. Cole Strange. No. Oh, wait, guys. Cole Strange is the random guard they took in the first round, right? I don't want to get his name wrong because they have hella NPCs. Oh, you know what's actually funny? I do have a Lamar Jackson jersey. I could do it, but I just no, like the hell. I wear my Ravens jersey when the Ravens are playing. Tampa's pick is in. Let's go. Okay, my prediction is still Will Johnson. Raiders. Patriots for Patriots first round pick. Nah. Wait. Solder. 0.9%. I'm cooking. Okay. Now we get to go to the teams that'll actually get complicated here. Giants, Jaguars. So I know Coughlin went from New York to Jacksonville. He definitely took. Oh no, fuck. He definitely took one person with him. I just don't know who it is that he took with him. New England and the Raiders. No. Was it Will Fork? No, there was a defensive player that made this switch. McGinnis? I forget who it was. But yeah, the draft is back. The Bucks pick is in. Nate Stupar. Dog, you definitely look people up. Who the hell is that? Who the is Nate Stupar? 0.08%, bro. You are a cheater. But I'm not complaining because I'll take it. At least I'm not cheating. Yo, Gilly is at Shadur's draft party. That's fire. Okay, so with Pittsburgh coming, getting on the clock, bro, that's the first Shadur spot, and then after that, it's actually Minnesota's pick, not with the team Minnesota. Minnesota only has 4 draft picks, so they're gonna trade back and get the hell out of this draft or out of this first round. So a team could trade into 24 for Shadur. After that, I think Houston makes the pick. LA, by the way, a lot of people talk about how LA, they're sleepers to go quarterback because they could get a Matt Stafford replacement. They've had to give Matt Stafford a new contract before the last 2 seasons. Like before this upcoming season and before the last one, to just incentivize him to play. So I think they're actually sick of that shit. I think they're looking for their Stafford replacement. But yeah, so fuck. Okay, I saw Gilly the Kid at Shadur's party, and I'm trying to I completely forgot what I was saying, by the way. Fuck, I couldn't tell what he was saying. Nah, it's okay, bro. Real ones know. Real ones know. Some of the names you've been bringing up, I was like, no way, this guy has these names off the top of the dome. Okay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 19th pick of the draft. Let's hear it. What? Emeka Egbuka to Tampa Bay. What is wrong with you, Tampa? You have Mike Evans, Godwin, Jalen McMillan, and now you have Egbuka. What is the plan? McMillan was a rookie for you guys last year. He was good at Washington with Penix. He was good for you guys last year. Chris Godwin, you just gave him a 3-year contract, which is realistically a 2-year contract, but still, you just committed to him. He's going to play. You're not going to trade him. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. You literally just drafted Egbuka to essentially what you did is You got a good receiver, but then you lit another one on fire. Well, actually, that's way too dramatic. What I'm saying is like they just completely fucked Jalen McMillan's development right here because McMillan is going to pay, and he has done nothing to deserve that. If you think about what you added to your team, you barely added anything this year because Ibuka is going to be an awesome replacement for Evans and Godwin, inevitably when they're gone. But you didn't do anything for yourself this year because the upgrade from McMillan to Ibuka is not enough of an upgrade to spend a first round pick on. You can impact your team in several other ways that are better with this pick. A short-term upgrade and a short-term minor upgrade and a long-term major upgrade is not where you're at as a franchise. Now, I say that all to say, Baker Mayfield is going to have a blast with this guy. Like, pause if necessary. Definitely necessary. Bro, Baker slings the football around. Like Ibuka is gonna get a lot of production. But yeah, like what? You guys are not there as a franchise. You guys could have got a corner. They start a guy named Zion McCollum who is trash at corner. They have a linebacker beside what's it called? Levante David, who's not that good at football. They're banking on Hassan Reddick being good at football again. There's a lot of spots on their team where like they could have really made an upgrade. This is not like this is good, but they had a good receiving core already. Now they're 4 deep. They're still like they went from a 8 out of 10 receiving core to a 10 out of 10 receiving core. That's not enough of a needle pusher. So I'm kind of not all in on that kind of a pick. But the Broncos are on the clock. This is where they have a chance to take the running back that they've been into. So, like I said, I mentioned this yesterday. There's a mock drafter out of Denver who I think he's had the last 2 Broncos picks correctly, but he leaked the Bo Nix pick last year. He had Travion Henderson going to the Broncos this year. While Hampton was on the board. This was the crazy thing, right? Because if Hampton goes early in the draft and Henderson is the best player you can take, whatever. But he had Hampton going 28 and Travion Henderson going 20. So if he got the Henderson pick correctly, doing this gesture, I splashed my water. That's crazy. If he got the Henderson pick correctly, that's crazy. And that guy's source is elite. I respect it, bro. Time to Shine showed up just to hate on the Glazers pick. I respect that level of hatred. It is a fire receiver in core. Again, like some of the picks that I've been critical of today, it's not about the player. It's about the fit and the team's direction. Like the Dolphins pick. Where was he on your draft board? Emeka Egbuka is great. So if you think about the kind of receiver he is, think Amon-Ra St. Brown. So he's never going to be a receiver that you look at and you'll never look at him the way you look at like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, all these like elite receivers. But you look up sometimes and you just realize that Amon-Ra is producing with the best of them. And Emeka Egbuka is that kind of a player. I think he's going to be a great receiver. Like when Evans and Godwin are gone, he's going to be like the next guy. So again, it's not about the player. It's just about when I think about what they needed to do to upgrade this year, to get better this year, they made a sacrifice. I would be really interested to see if they want to trade Mike Evans now, by the way. But also, like, how could you do that to Mike Evans? Grizzlies beating OKC by 12. Really? Wow. Yeah, I got you. I'll throw the StreamYard link in here. Tap in. Is this pick finally in? Allegedly not. I can't wait to go through some of the draft grades. Not because I necessarily care. Okay, the Broncos are making their pick. So nobody traded in front of Pittsburgh, which means one of 2 things. Either nobody was willing to trade up ahead of Pittsburgh to take Shedeur, or Pittsburgh's not taking Shedeur. But yeah, So the Denver pick is in. If it's Henderson, that's mad. Yo, both the corners are still there. Holy shit. Okay. Pittsburgh, if you want to draft somebody who can play when Darius Slay is hurt and then in Darius Slay's place next year, you can get a great player. Chargers, if you want a corner that's better than any corner you've had in a long time, you can get that player right here. Joining the stream, we have our resident Steelers fan, King. What's going on, King? Are you excited?
Yeah, being kind of sorry, a little antsy. We're gonna see what happens.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, fuck. Let me look at the best available prospects, because what I'm seeing as an Eagles fan is an amazing trade down opportunity, because there's going to be people, and you can also get some pretty sick draft picks and still get a really good player if you trade back. Now, because that's the case, there's maybe not that much value in trading back because teams aren't looking to trade up. But oh man, if we can trade a quarterback at 32, that's a dream. If we can trade Shadur to somebody at 32, that'd be phenomenal. Last time we won the Super Bowl, we traded Lamar Jackson to the Ravens at 32. So we got some pretty sick value, because anytime you trade a quarterback, that's great value.
All right, Denver's pick is in.
Okay, let's see if it's Travion Henderson. If it's Travion Henderson, bro, we all owe Ben Albright like his flowers.
Bo's gonna need some elite pay after this if he gets this.
Okay, so interesting standpoint. We'll see if Denver anticipated the board being the way it is. They focused on running back so heavy with their visits. So we'll see if they go running back.
Bro, Roger, quit yapping. Oh my god.
Roger's always doing the most, man. Always doing the most.
Like, look, I'm glad that he.
Oh, they took Jade Barron. Okay, yo, Denver's defense is gonna be insane next year.
Oh, they took what? Wait, so they got Passaten and Barron?
Yes, bro.
What is this Denver defense?
Their defense is going to be so good because they got Hufanga, they got Dre Greenlaw, they had Riley Moss already. They now have, you know what? This is wild, because they had 3 good corners last year. Jaquan McMillan was a solid slot. Maybe this just he is an upgrade on McMillan, but I don't know if they're going to move McMillan to safety or what. I'm thinking maybe they're moving Jaquan McMillan to safety, but bro, Barron, Riley Moss, and Surtain is crazy. You upgraded your safety room with Hufanga. You upgraded your linebacker room with Greenlaw. This Denver defense is going to be feasting next year. Now, the offense, it might be some mid, but defense and mid still wins a lot of games.
Yeah. Besides, defense wins championships, which also means this. Pray for these AFC West quarterbacks.
Yo, no bullshit. Broncos are beating the Chiefs at least once.
Absolutely. All right, we're on the clock. Let's see what happens.
All right. So Pittsburgh is on the clock. Looking at the best options left in terms of the prospects.
It's Shador defense. That's the only 2 things I'll take.
Okay. If they go corner, Will Johnson. So we saw Darius Slay work wonders being a mentor to Quinyon Mitchell. I think he would basically have the same experience mentoring Will Johnson. I don't think they're going to go edge rusher. That doesn't seem like a spot. I don't think they go receiver after trading for DK.
After DK now.
Safety, they have their safeties already. Looking at the board, bro, the board says offensive line, they took like 3 offensive linemen last year. Tight end, they have Freiermuth. Yo, the board says corner. The board says Will Johnson or Shadur.
Yes, it's Shadur defense.
Yo, you can't even take Jahad Campbell.
Is he an outside linebacker or a middle linebacker?
They don't know, but he's probably going to be good at both. Like, it's kind of like Michael Parsons from the standpoint of like,
because if he's middle, we can kind of take that, because him, TJ, and Highsmith, that's a good linebacker room.
True. Okay, the cameras on Shador. It does not look like he just got picked. It does not look like he just got picked.
If it ain't to be defense, that's all I need.
It's got to be Will Johnson, bro. It's got to be Will Johnson.
All right, let's see. But also, if we don't get to who's our quarterback?
Oh, but if you don't get Shador, the thing is, you can still draft like all the quarterbacks are falling. So you're probably banking on taking somebody in the second round. My understanding is that they like Jackson Dart over Shador. So they're probably gonna either they're gonna trade up from their second pick to get Dart, I think.
Yeah, but Dart's gonna need like some development too. So
That's
okay,
true.
if we do Dart, this might be nasty. If we do Dart, we might have to take Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers
Hear
or
me
Cousins.
out. Like we gotta get Rodgers and Dart if we're getting Dart.
Yeah, if you get Dart, you're definitely getting Rodgers or Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. And if we do that, then okay. I might like this team. This team might do something. We'll have to
Yeah.
see with the schedule, but hey, I wouldn't hate this team.
Yo, Will Johnson and JPJ long term is very nice.
D-Tech can also work. Okay, let's see what happens.
I don't know if the value at defensive tackle is there right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be
probably.
Harmon. Oh, they took Derek Harmon. Okay, so they took the defensive tackle from Oregon. He's a good player. I think Will Johnson is a better player. This isn't quite like this is an area you could have upgraded, but I don't know if it was a need because you still have Benton and Cam Hayward. The thing about this player is that like I think a lot of Oregon linemen get a bad rap because historically Oregon has never been a physical team. Oregon was a physical team last year. Um, Dan Lanning is a little bit different of a coach. They also play in a different conference now. It's not no Pac-12 football. Derek Harmon, like again, nothing wrong with the player, bro. He's a good defensive tackle. He'll make some plays. I just don't think he's the best player on the board. But you're the Steelers fan, so take it away.
All right, it's defense. We needed to upgrade our defense. Fine. It's not Will Johnson, but I felt like we can get other cornerbacks in other rounds, so it's fine if we take a D tackle. Haywood is like in his mid to late 30s. And while he is still good, he's definitely not the same. I will be fair on that.
Yeah.
So it's good to get like his replacement starting now while Haywood still has another like 2 years left of him.
Oh, wow. Hold on. I just realized the Steelers do not have a second round pick this year because of the DK trade. So they're not getting Dart or Shador.
So it's only Rod. We gotta get either Rodgers or
It's
Cousins.
Rodgers or Cousins.
Yeah. I forgot about that DK trade. We did trade our second round picks.
Yeah, your next pick is in the third round. So you basically said the quarterbacks in this draft suck.
I mean, to be fair, from this year to next year, the next year quarterbacks are all better.
Okay, Jez, here's my opinion. I think everybody in the league knows that Cleveland, with the first pick of the second round, they take a quarterback if a quarterback is there. So because that's the case, I think there's going to be a flurry at the end of the first round for teams trading in to take the quarterbacks they like, whoever that is. If you like Shador, if you like Milrow, if you like Dart, there's going to be, I think, at least one quarterback that gets taken at the end of the first round. Teams are going to try to get ahead because look at those first two teams. First two picks of the second round, Cleveland and the New York Giants. Both those teams are taking quarterbacks. So that's like Philadelphia at 32 is the latest possible that you can wait. But I think in terms of the teams ahead of Philadelphia, Minnesota, you can trade into their pick because they only have 4 draft picks. They could trade back and collect more picks. I think you could trade in with the Rams pick. I think you could trade in with the Philly pick. So I think there's 3 picks there where you could trade up and take your quarterback. It's just, again, it's going to be about how much do these teams love the quarterbacks. If they love them enough to trade ahead of Cleveland, they will. If they think the prices are too high to trade up ahead of Cleveland and New York, then they won't. So we're really gonna see who loved who. But like apparently, what I heard is that the Steelers' favorite quarterback was Jackson Dart, so they were never really a Shador team. The Giants apparently have some pretty big Shador fans, but then some people that are a little bit more skeptical. And then the Browns, I thought that the intrigue about the Browns was that they would take Travis Hunter at 2, and then they could take Shador at 33, and they could reunite them, but they didn't make that happen. So I don't know. And I don't know. The Shador case was always a complicated one. Like whenever I talked about Shador, my thing was is that it's such a difficult evaluation because so much of his team was was just different. Like having so shit of an offensive line makes it hard to understand how's he going to look in the NFL. Then you contrast with that with the fact that he actually had such good receivers. He literally had a generational college player at receiver, and then he had 3 other good receivers too. So it's like that contrast of having elite weapons, not much of a running game, no offensive line help. Like it's just makes the evaluation so difficult. I think a part of the reason he's falling is because it's very hard to understand like how much of this translates. Like when you get to the NFL, the dynamics are going to be completely different. You're going to have time, and you're not going to have as like receivers that are that much better than the other team's defense. So like that's my thing with Shadur. I think he's falling because the evaluation is very difficult, and teams are just like they're gonna feel like they don't know enough to commit to with such a high draft pick. So we're gonna see how it works out.
But to be fair, I think that helps to do more because he's gonna go unless he goes to like the second round, goes to Cleveland. He's gonna go to a more winning
Yo,
team
this
and
is the
do
thing.
development.
If he goes to the Rams, buy Shadur stocks. Buy Shadur stocks because he goes into an amazing like situation in terms of a coach that knows how to scheme up easy like game plans for quarterbacks, easy throws, easy decisions. Like if he goes to the Rams, that's my thing. Like if I was Dion, I would pray to God he goes to LA.
Yeah, because that's both bets for like a player standpoint, but also for, like the media. He's going to LA. That's LA media.
Oh, the
If
type
they,
of business
if they love media, that's the place for them.
the Sanders family would do in LA. My goodness. Okay.
Especially if he cooks. If Sadur somehow cooks, like if he somehow falls all the way down here and does better than Cam, all that stuff, it's gonna cook for them.
Yo, General, your fucking Chargers are taking too much time, dog. Where did I put the prospects? Okay, best prospects left. Will Johnson would be great for the Chargers. Mike, oh, yeah, they could take edge. Mike Green is good. So Mike Green is by far the best edge player left. He just has off the field issues because he's had 2 women come out and accuse him of stuff. He wasn't charged for any of them, but there's just like when those type of things come up, there reasonably are things to be concerned about. So that's very much a front office thing, like how comfortable is a team with the research that they did into the person. So that's why Mike Green is here. Luther Burden, the way things are going, bro, you can't take Burden ahead of Matthew Golden. I don't think. I think Golden would be the pick here if they go receiver.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's Golden.
Golden, Will Johnson. You can't take Emin Worry because you have Derwin James, which is like same shit. Ezeraku, you take Mike Green first. James Pierce, maybe.
What
Again,
about
with James,
Orion Hampton? Or did I miss that?
oh, yeah, they could take Hampton. They could
Yeah.
take Hampton.
Because General said, like, he has Hampton, Johnson, Golden, Green, all these guys.
Yo, Hampton is a perfect fit for this offense. Like Hampton and Najee Harris, oh my God, bro. They are gonna like this is a Greg Roman dream to be able to attack a defense with Najee Harris and a Marion Hampton, bro. Like you have Mekhi Becton. The power running game you could play with those players would be amazing. Yo, that right side of Mekhi Becton and Joe Alt is ridiculous. If you need 2 yards on 3rd and 2, you run it to the right behind Joe Alt and Mekhi Becton with one of these running backs, and you simply just get the first down.
Chargers, can you hurry the fuck up?
No, the clock is down to 6 seconds, bro. Come on. I don't know if you guys know this, but if a team runs out of time and they don't get the selection in, which we wouldn't see, the other team behind them is actually allowed to just make a pick. It's a pretty hilarious rule. Okay, the Chargers pick is in.
Finally. That was absolutely the longest out of all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, I don't want to check my phone. I have such a tendency to check my phone during events like this, but every time I've checked my phone, a pick got spoiled. Like
Yeah, don't check your phone because I swear Twitter's just gonna be spoiling for
Mason
you.
Graham got spoiled because I checked Twitter. Jade Barron got spoiled because I checked Twitter. Like I have to keep fighting the reflex. Walter Nolan. No, Walter Nolan didn't get spoiled. Something else did though. I think it was the Cardinals pick. No, they took Walter Nolan. Damn.
The
Bro,
Cardinals.
get this pick in, man. Fuck. Okay, Green Bay, they take Golden if he's there, but if Golden goes here, they get fucked from needing a receiver standpoint. Actually, hold on. I haven't referenced the needs in a while. Let's catch up on how this needs page is doing. Gray Zabel, Seattle went according to these needs.
The
Tampa
Bucs
Bay
completely off.
Tampa Bay completely off. Denver,
Completely off, but it kind of does make sense.
Completely off, but bro, it's completely off because it's completely off to me as well. Like I cannot believe they viewed corner as a need, but I think they just want best player available. Steelers defensive tackle was listed as a
He
third
was
need.
one of our needs, yes.
And then Chargers we're about to see. Oh my god, 5 needs for the Chargers. That's aggressive. Okay, General, big pick for the LA Football Chargers. Goodell comes to the podium.
He better not start yapping.
Yo, it's Will Johnson. He's just gonna take a Michigan player. It's not that complicated.
Oh, he's short though.
Oh, they did it. They took Amari and Hampton. Okay, so they go with one of the needs here. They got a power. They have a fucking hell of a power running game, bro. Holy shit. So Amari and Hampton and Najee Harris with that offensive line, they're gonna. Lad McConkey is not going to get a volume of catches, but he's going to be making big plays whenever he gets the ball. It's a very good. This pick is a great pick in terms of team philosophy matching a player's skill set. Bro, I think this guy's going to make a lot of plays. I think he's going to. This draft selection means that Najee Harris is like 100% a 1-year rental. He's not coming back.
Oh yeah, he is a short term. Let's see how this 2-man works. If it works, then we might bring him back.
Yo, I haven't seen the NBA scores at all. Oh my god, bro, what?
What? How bad is it? I have not looked at NBA at all.
Memphis is almost up 30 on OKC.
What type of reverse shit is this?
OKC is shooting 2 for 15 from 3. That's it. I'm looking at the stats. That's
they are failing 3-point merchants. I get that.
Knicks, but that's just the variance of the 3-point shot. Like anybody who shoots the 3 experiences ups and downs.
Yeah, okay.
Denver is up 4 on the Clippers, and the Knicks are up 2 on the Pistons.
Aaron Gordon has 11 points.
Damn.
Norman Powell. Is that Keith? That's Norman Powell and Chris Dunn are the Clippers' leading scorers.
That's wild. I guess it's an off day for the big players.
No, all right. Kawhi is also scoring, but besides that, no one else is.
That's just how it goes with the 3-point shot, man. That's just how it goes. Okay, I think the Packers are listed. They don't have receiver listed as a need because they have a bunch of receivers. The problem is they don't have a wide receiver 1. They have bare 2s and 3s. So they do need a 1, and Golden could be that guy. The thing is, while Golden is a 1, I think stylistically he's too similar to their other receivers. Like they needed T-Mac, maybe Egbuka, maybe. But they realistically needed T-Mac, and he's not there. So that fucking sucks for them. Maybe they take Golden, but maybe they think he's too stylistically similar. If they're looking for corners, offensive tackles, and edge players,
Bro, you
uh,
guys
I
so
do like some of their options here, man. Like they could go Will Johnson still because I think the Jair Alexander could still get traded. They could go Mike Green. They could go Golden. They could go Azuraku. They could go the offensive linemen aren't even here yet, but they could go Donovan Jackson or Josh Simmons. Oh my God, there's a lot of good players here for them. Yo, there's so many good players left. Shit. Yo, how many picks are left before Eagles? 9 picks. You know what? Nah, the players that I like could still get taken. In terms of players that I love for Philly, if Will Johnson is there for some reason at 32, make that pick. Just light the league on fire, bro. Just make that
no. You do not need the Zine, Blankersip, and Johnson. Stay
pick.
away.
Quinyon Mitchell, DeJean, and Will Johnson all on rookie deals for the next 3+ years. Bro, oh my God. The type of menacery we're going to unleash on the league. It's not going to happen, though. Mike Green, again, I would like it, but it's not going to happen. We're not taking receivers. Emin Worry is not a Vic Fangio safety. So while I'm a fan, he doesn't fit our team. Ezuraku, he'd be solid. Pierce, I don't think he's a Fangio player. Scarton, maybe. Donovan Jackson, this is the one. If Donovan Jackson falls to 32, we got another elite guard. Um, we would be really good on the offensive line again. Simmons, if we get him, um, bro, potential Lane Johnson replacement if our coaching staff gets a hold of him because there's two really athletic offensive linemen in this draft, offensive tackles. It's Josh Simmons and Josh Connerly, the two Joshes. Um, so if either of those go to Philly, that's really good. We're not taking a fucking running back. Linebacker Jahad Campbell is a sleeper here. Jahad Campbell would be sick for Philly. So yeah, I think I identified maybe about 6 players that I really like for Philly now, and there's 9 picks. So there's still too many for me to get truly excited. But yeah, man, Green Bay is taking their sweet time. Let's take a look at this mock draft again. Jade Barron, I had him in the right range.
He just went too early.
Harmon 24, I had him roughly in the right range. Travion Henderson, that pick is busted. Cole Loveland and McMillan, that's not good. Will Johnson, we're approaching what's too far away. James Pierce, too far away. Jahad Campbell, too far away. Mike Green,
too far away.
Yeah, I think I cooked with my top 14, but then it really fell apart after 14. In terms of the rest of this draft,
this one went completely wild.
Yeah. Yo, Kenneth Grant, I had at 30, went number 13. And bro, again, it's not about he's good, bro, but I just thought he was the kind of player that good teams go for. I don't think he's the kind of player that shit teams go for. By the way, guys, tune in for day 3. I'm going to do like a power rankings. All I'm going to say about Miami is tune in. Tune in, bro. I have some hot takes about Miami. But yeah, Washington, Connerly, Shamar Stewart. Okay, yeah, Shamar Stewart went a lot earlier than I would have expected from him. Ravel, this was me shooting my shot here, like with just like, I think the Rams make kind of outside of the box picks. Wait. I swear if Casey gets another lucky break in the draft board.
It might happen.
They could, because bro,
how would you describe lucky?
It depends what they want to do, because there's definitely going to be a good edge player for them, but they need much more than edge players. Yeah. They're saying Johnson has a knee issue. Oh, yo, if John Harbaugh passed on an on a Michigan player, bro, something has to be wrong with him. Like, and it's probably the medical. Like, I think it's not the player. I think he's really good, but it must be the medical.
Packers pick is in.
Yo, hold on. Texans are coming up soon. Baltimore's coming up soon. Shout out to Ravens fan and the new friend we made. That's the Texans fan, bro. Shit's about to get lit for the channel because the Chargers just picked, the Steelers just picked. We got 2 more fan bases making picks.
We have Gail's team picking right now.
Gale, but I haven't seen Gale all offseason. I look forward to seeing Gale in the
Yeah, I haven't
offseason
seen
for
Gail in a
sure.
hot minute. Yeah.
We hold on. We have a Bills fan, right? No, we don't. Oh no,
I
we had a Bills fan for like 2 streams. And then yeah, we have a few Chiefs fans, and then obviously I'm sure Joel will pull up towards the end. Has
yeah.
been great. I'll be honest. Yeah, it hasn't been great, bro. You guys are definitely like, you guys are making some pretty ambitious, like that offensive lineman you signed from San Francisco, bro. That is a bold evaluation to say, you know what, this backup in San Francisco can be left tackle for us. Like, yo, it might be right, but fuck, that's an aggressive decision to make.
So
Did
is
you
it
unblock our yeah. No, I unblocked him for sure, but he just doesn't show up. Ever since Philly won the Super Bowl, he's been in hiding. I saw him once after we won the Super Bowl, and that's right. Taj,
I
if you're watching
only
right
think it was before the Super Bowl. He went way
now,
before the
to be
Super
honest, it
Bowl.
was before the playoffs. To be
Yeah,
fair, to
before
be
the
fair,
playoffs.
before the playoffs. But if he's watching this, hold that. Yo, they got the Packers. Oh yeah, because it's in Green Bay.
Yeah,
All right,
it's in
make the
Green
selection.
Bay.
Green
They're
Bay.
gonna be yapping a lot. Just wait, they're gonna yap a lot.
Facts. Okay, let's see if we can figure this grid out. Titans and Raiders. Titans and Raiders. Wait. Ooh. Chris Johnson, CJ2K. He didn't play for the Raiders, right? He played for hella random teams, but I don't know if he played for the Raiders.
I don't know about the Raiders. No.
Yo, you know who's good for this? Ryan Fitzpatrick, Josh McCown, and Josh Johnson. These journeyman quarterbacks come in clutch.
Oh, absolutely. Tournament quarterbacks absolutely going
Yo,
clutch.
who was the Patriot player that went to the Raiders? I can't remember if it was Willie McGinnis or Vince Wilfork. I don't think
No,
it was.
Vince Wilfork went to the Texans.
Okay, and then McGinnis, I think, went to the Browns. Somebody went to the Raiders, though. You know what? We can just do Randy Moss. All reliable.
Yeah.
Oh, Patriots, Jags. Oh, there's a defensive player. Fuck. Okay.
Patriots Jags. Yeah, Patriots Jags.
There's a defensive player, man. Because they had. Okay, they're making the pick. 13-time world champions. How many Super Bowls, though?
I think like
3?
3 or 4.
Oh.
3 or 4.
Who did they take? Oh, no. He said something to hype up the crowd. Bro, make the pick. They took Matthew Golden.
He's
Okay.
gonna be yapping.
They took Matthew Golden. So they took the
Oh, that's
receiver
cool.
1. Bro, they have hella small receivers.
That was
They have hella small
5'11".
receivers. So he's good. He's good. Like, he's a burner. Jordan Love has the arm to make the most of him. He has a G chain right now, and he's going to Green Bay, and he's golden. So, I mean, to be honest, it's a pretty good fit if you talk about off the field shit right here. But nah, man. Him and Jaden Reed is good, but it is stylistically like there's no big physical receiver to make a play in the red zone, right? The coach is gonna have to scheme up these small players to misdirect people and get like, Andy Reid style, fucking zigs and slants and shit. They got loads, bro. The thing is, they had hella 2s and 3s. They didn't have a 1. This guy might be able to be a 1, but he's too similar as well, bro. Like, they have a type. Go get a DK Metcalf, not literally, but that style of player. Go get an AJ Brown. Go get a T Higgins, a Mike Evans. Like, go get something different. But like, again, I don't want to criticize the player. This is more just about the direction of the team. Maybe you trade Jaden Reed. I don't know. Like, I don't know what their vision is, but
do you know what kind of ruined the draft, at least for wide receivers?
what's that?
Do you know what kind of ruined like wide receivers for this draft a little bit?
T-Mac.
Well, yeah, T-Mac going too far, but also Tyron Lacey and Isaiah Bond. Since they're not in this draft, they kind of ruined it a little bit.
Wait, what happened to Isaiah Bond?
He had like I swear he went through some type of controversy, like arrest or something. Let me check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, fuck,
he
man.
He has an SA warrant. He's caught.
Oh, okay. True.
I knew he had something on him.
Yeah.
Lacey, rest in peace, is dead, and I knew Bond had some type of arrest.
Right. But yeah, man, Matthew Golden. If you're looking at a stylistic comparison, think Stephon Diggs. Um, but again, if you think about Jaden Reed and Stephon Diggs, what would you think? You're like, okay, there's a little bit of overlap there.
Oh, Vikings pick is in. So what do the Vikings
Yo,
need?
the Vikings didn't trade back. What?
No, it's in. They're picking now.
They only have 4 draft picks. Yo, this guy grabbed the mic. I respect it. He's a real one. Um, what? Okay, what are their needs? Guard. Oh, guard. Okay, okay. Yeah, they're going offensive lineman. If they're really like serious about this pick, the defensive tackle, safety, I don't. I mean, maybe they love Will Johnson, but like, I feel like if he's falling, it's a medical issue. And bro, they could take a guard here. They could take a few different offensive linemen.
Well,
And
what guards
Minnesota,
are left?
Minnesota came in and they spent hella money on the offensive line, but they still need one more guard.
But what guards are still
Oh
left? I
yeah,
can
bro.
think of.
Hope Elijah Arenas is good, man. Scary, scary, scary stuff. Yo, how are you? Ian Rappaport said the Eagles are trying to trade up.
For who?
Yo, if we're trying to trade up here, okay, bro. So I got the pick got spoiled, but it's not like a crazy pick. I think it's probably Mike Green. If I had to guess, it feels like if we're looking to move up, it's Mike Green. Because yeah,
But who would they try to trade up with?
at this point, the trade back teams are, I think, the Rams, maybe Baltimore.
But doesn't Baltimore needs like guards and all O line, right?
I think edge, offensive line, safety is what I heard. Actually, fuck it, let's check.
Oh, so the Ravens got cooked in this draft with all
Oh,
this O
edge, guard,
line.
and safety.
Oh, the Ravens kind of got cooked in this draft with that. Because that's where all the like guards and edge rushers already took besides safeties.
Okay, okay. So I had Golden 2 picks off. I feel good about that range. Um, and then yeah, we're gonna see about this next pick. But yeah, Vikings are on the clock. Uh, Texans get to make a pick after that. I think the Texans are going to be happy with the amount of offensive linemen they have to choose from.
And speaking of Houston, Jared, since your team's basically here, you can join if you want to.
Bro, tap in, tap in, tap in.
Yeah,
Link
tap
back in the
into
group
it.
chat.
Yep. But actually, I have not heard from Jared since like early during this draft. I just feel
Yeah.
like doing like the Hunter stuff.
Wait.
Right. That's
Oh,
true.
the Giants traded up with the Rams. The Giants are coming up to take their quarterback.
Well, that was quick.
Though the Giants, the Giants traded up. No, they traded up with Houston. Wait, they got this wrong. Fucking Field Yates, man. Fucking Field Yates. Okay, so the Giants are trading up to get their quarterback. Is it going to be Dart? Is it going to be Shadur? We're going to learn. But yeah, so the Vikings took Donovan Jackson, and look, they have made serious commitments to having an elite offensive line. They already had elite tackles. They just had dog shit guards and centers. They signed Ryan Kelly from the Vikings. Now the thing about Ryan Kelly is, yes, he's good, but bro, he's like 32, so that might be bad. But it is what it is. Like, you take your chances. Will Fries, guard, he is also supposed to be very good, but he's coming off a major injury, so also a bit of a gamble there. However, with Donovan Jackson now being the third interior offensive lineman, I think this is safe as hell, bro. This guy, 5-star recruit out of high school, was a high school player in Texas, so a 5-star recruit in like the heart of football territory. a 3-year starter at Ohio State, a premium program, especially for trenches. Like Donovan Jackson, I'm very certain is going to be a great guard for like 10 years. So, oddly enough, like the two veteran signings they made are like the riskier things that they have along the offensive line. But at the very minimum, bro, they have three great offensive linemen and a decent shot at having two more. So the Vikings are handing JJ McCarthy a very, very, very favorable situation, man.
He
Like,
is basically gonna feel like he's still at Michigan this year.
bro, no bullshit. Like, it's just funny because a lot of people are like, oh, Jalen Hurts, like, he only looked good in college because of like he was on Alabama. It's like, so then the Eagles gave him Alabama in the pros. And it feels like the Vikings are running the same kind of playbook with JJ McCarthy. So um
You
I'm a fan of what they did, man. I'm a big fan of this pick. I talked about how Donovan Jackson for the Texans would have been great. The Texans traded all the way back into the second round. The second pick, 34th, is the second pick of the second round. So I think they're probably pretty happy with some of their lesser offensive line picks. Not like lesser, but like players that are supposed to go in the middle of the second. They probably like some of those pieces if they're comfortable trading to the top of the second. So
know, for a team that's probably gonna draft the quarterback, they're taking a sweet time. The
the
Giants.
pick is in. Okay, fuck. I really don't want this spoiled. I want to learn with everybody else. I think the thing is they would never show Shadur's house or wherever he is, regardless of what the case is, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, they'll never show his place.
Oh, the
Um,
pick is in for you. I'm still at like 3 minutes.
well, I got the pick is in. Okay, yeah, on ESPN. I got it here.
Oh, I just got it.
Okay, well, the Giants. This is not. You do not make this move for any other position. This is a quarterback move.
It has to be. This has so Shadur and Abdul Carter. That's not a bad
Bro,
take
it
for the
might not be
Giants.
Shador though. I'm telling you, this could be Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart says, look, I know he's the Ole Miss guy. So as the Ole Miss fan, I'll say this: he needs time.
But bro, in New York, he would be the third quarterback because they have Jameis and Russ. Like they could draft Jackson Dart and he'll never touch the field. The thing is, I actually think a Jackson Dart makes more sense. Like he's not going to take any of like the spotlight, right? You take
But you
Shador and you
know
put him as
how
your third.
insane that will be if they take Jackson Dart over Shadur? Do you not know how the media and fans will react if this happens?
Yo, the thing is, there are people in the league that think Jackson Dart's a better prospect. Texans get 33.99 and a third rounder next year. That third rounder should be nice. It should be few picks away from being a second. But yeah, Giants make a serious move for a quarterback. Let's see who it is. Let's see who I'm going to be slandering. Oh, they just showed. Okay, I don't know if this is live, but again, Shadur does not look like he's being drafted
Are
in
they
this draft.
really about to take Jackson Dart over Shadur Sanders?
This also could be like old footage.
Maybe. This is some
I'll be
old.
honest. Yo, the Giants like front office does not look excited at all. They do not look like they just drafted a franchise quarterback. Yeah, yeah.
Watch them throw a complete left ball. This might
Yo,
be a Jalen Millwell or it's not a quarterback at all.
Tyler Shuck.
That's the
So time to shine. I had a similar sentiment, right? They're coaching their GM. They are coaching for their like jobs right now and like GMing for their jobs. So I mean, I don't think it made a ton of sense. That's why there was no chance they were going to go quarterback at 3. I mean, here I think this is more you're hoping that you could get a quarterback that the owner likes, and then you could look at the owner and be like, bro, I got Abdul Carter and the quarterback of the future. You got to give me a contract extension. But yeah, I think a big part of the reason you would want two quarterbacks is because everybody in this draft outside of Cam Ward, they need time to develop. None of these guys are good enough. Now, again, I talked about the need to trade into the first round. The need to trade into the first round is about getting up. Yo, Atlanta traded with a team after this. Who's
who
26?
26. That's before Baltimore. Ain't that the Rams?
Yeah, they traded with the Rams. So Atlanta traded with the Rams. Damn, the Rams got the hell out of here.
Oh, that is the Rams. Shit, hold on.
Jackson Dart, they took Jackson Dart, bro. They took Jackson Dart. It is not Shadur Sanders. They took Jackson Dart. They took the developmental quarterback. So, um, what's it called? So they take the quarterback that needs time. They take the quarterback with, I think, like probably better traits from like,
Jackson Dart. Oh my god. Like, I'm proud of him. He's my guy, but also
hey, bro, we live in a
the
dual threat
first.
quarterback world. He's a dual threat, and Shadur isn't. We live in a world where, again, all the top players are players that can escape, um, the pocket, and like basically make like second plays. So when the first play breaks down, they can create a second opportunity at a play. So I again, bro, I tried to say like, guys, there's a lot of teams that prefer Jackson Dart over Shadur.
Yeah, like, I get that he's like the super mobile quarterback or one of them, but also, I don't know, man. That's just time. And also, if he fails, that's just gonna look bad.
Yeah.
Because look, a super mobile quarterback from the SEC, you're either gonna get a Dane Daniels or an Anthony Richardson, and that gap is too much for me.
Jaden Daniels or Daniel Rich. So here's the thing. Brian Dayball was in Buffalo. He's credited for the beginning of Josh Allen's development. Um, yeah, the beginning of what's his name? Josh Allen's development. I think he's gonna look at this as another opportunity to develop a mobile quarterback that's not really polished. Again, this is the thing with Shador is that he's not a dual threat quarterback, and we're in a dual threat world. That was always going to work against him. Now, the bigger issue with Jackson Dart is that like I don't think this coaching staff is going to make it. So this is the thing, right? This coach, this GM said you're our guy. If they get fired, the next guy has to love him. They have to love him. If they don't love him, then he's not like you can't be developed by somebody who wants another quarterback. So I think that's the issue. Wait. What? The Falcons traded a first round pick from next year to get up into this spot. So the Falcons gave, hold on.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just came back. What the Falcons trade?
They traded like a second round pick and a late pick for a Rams 2 and a 3, but they had to trade a future first. So basically, yeah, they got this pick and a third round pick. They traded a second, a fourth, and a first round pick next year.
Well, if well, we'll see how that first round pick turns out then.
We was this close to the coldest prayer circle in the league. Don't kill me, bro.
So what do the Falcons need now?
Oh well, the thing is, they just need defensive help. That's all we know.
Wait, who did the Falcons get for with their first pick? I forgot.
Jalen Walker. They took an edge
Oh,
rusher.
all right. So they already got. Oh, yeah, they did get the Georgia player. Who's the best prospect still on there?
They took
Because
James Pierce. They took another edge rusher. So they go two edge rushers in the first round. So this is actually
oh,
very interesting for
I
a few
just got
reasons.
spoiled, but wait,
This
that's another edge rusher.
this is
Yo,
interesting.
Baltimore is getting screwed with these edge rushers. Besides, like Mike Green, they gotta
Okay,
get
so
Mike
this
Green.
is interesting for multiple reasons. One, Pierce and Jalen Walker are complete opposites. Walker, very athletic. The issue is if you're going to get production, that has to be developed. Pierce, lots of production, horrible athleticism. So they got complete opposites. The other side of this is that like you're taking two edge rushers with first round picks. Um, you can't develop both of them. Like they have to play immediately. I think Pierce is going to be able to play immediately. I'm kind of not entirely sure about Nolan Smith. Um, so yeah,
Oh, Ravens on the clock with 5.5 minutes left for me. So this has to be Mike Green, right? To make any sense for the Ravens.
who's on the clock? Baltimore.
Yeah,
Wait, let's look at
Baltimore.
let's take a
They're
peek.
like they need ads, and I think Ravens fan they said they need like O line.
If they go O line, they can go Simmons. If they go safety, they could go Starks or Worry. Okay, let's look back at some of these picks here. So James Pierce just went. I had him going a little bit higher. Dart went. I didn't have any other quarterbacks, but I wasn't really comfortable predicting trades, so I wasn't really going to do it. But like I said, all draft today is that the turning point is Cleveland because Cleveland at 33 is going to take a quarterback. The goal was going to be if teams can jump up ahead of Cleveland to get their quarterback, and the Giants are the team that jumped out there and made the most aggressive move to get their guy. They get Jackson Dart. So we're going to see now Shadur and Milrow, who decides that they're worthy of going up to get in the draft. Um, I remember the Browns GM. I don't know, like he said some really nice stuff about Jalen Milrow. I don't know if that's a smoke screen to hide Shadur interest or if he actually like because I don't know if he ever said anything about Shadur.
Okay,
Um,
if Cleveland gets Jalen, now we gotta talk. Cause look, I can be fine with Jackson being over Shadur, but I'm not going. I can't do Jalen. I'm sorry, I can't have Jalen over Shadur.
um, that would be absolutely wild. But
J- Jalen is absolutely the Anthony Richardson of these quarterbacks.
it's true, man. It's true. Like if from oh my yeah, it's still setting in. So basically, the Falcons said like we're gonna make our pick from next year. Like we really want James Pierce. We're not gonna let him fall. We're comfortable with getting him over whoever we would get next year. We think we're gonna be good, so we probably think that pick is like probably 19 onwards. If they think they're a playoff team, they think that they're gonna be picking 19 onwards, and they would just rather Pierce than whoever that is.
All right, Ravens pick is in.
So All right, Baltimore's on the board. I amazingly I checked my phone and it didn't get spoiled.
I was about to be like, if you went to Twitter and got spoiled again, I would have. I
Nah,
would have.
it didn't get spoiled. So this is the thing. Like this pick, I don't know. I guess the Ravens aren't leaking it. Um, so that's cool. I'm thinking about these next few picks: Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, Philadelphia. The thing about the Howie Roseman trading up thing is like Rappaport doesn't tweet shit for no reason. But at the same time, I'm running out of like, is there even a reason at this point to trade up?
Yeah, because what's up to trade up
Bro,
for?
we are only a couple picks away now, right? There's literally like I don't know if you don't trade into Kansas City. You literally there's three spots left: Detroit, Washington, Buffalo. And I'm thinking about these players left.
It's like and Will Johnson is probably gonna be in the second round. It's gonna be Mike Green, the two safeties you said, and Simmons. That's it for like actual first rounders.
Um, okay. So best players left: Will Johnson, Mike Green, Emin Worry, Burden, Ezeraku, Scarton, Simmons. If the Eagles want to trade up, the only things I can imagine are Jahad Campbell and Josh Simmons. Um, but even Simmons, I don't know because you could just take Connerly. Who? It's probably Jahad Campbell. Also, man, Morant got injured.
Players from
Damn,
the SEC.
that's
God,
that for that
yeah,
series.
that's insane. All right, the hated Ravens. Let's see what
Oh,
they
the
get.
Ravens took Malachi Stark, so they took a safety to play with Kyle Hamilton. I don't think this was a premium need, but it probably was a need because they had a random corner as their starting safety on the depth chart. To pull up the needs page, where is it? Over here. This
It
could
was
be closer.
safety, edge, and guard.
So they went with a need. Malachi Starks is a good player. He's
Didn't he play like Texas or
a lot
something?
of versatility. Like you know what? Like
Georgia.
I thought beside Kyle Hamilton, you would want more of like a pure deep safety. Malachi can do that. But like he's also more than that. Like he can play in the slot more. Um, so like I'm thinking they could play like a kind of a situation like a system where both safeties could rotate. Like both safeties can play deep. Both safeties can come down into the box or play in the slot. Because Kyle Hamilton can play in the slot too. Like this is a very interesting safety tandem. But bro, the safety tandem is great. So their secondary now has Wiggins, Humphrey, Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, and Chidobe Awuzie. It's a very solid secondary. Um,
Now that front seven, let's see how that
so
goes.
so this is the thing. The linebackers are good too. It's really just about the defensive line. It's there's question marks there. We're gonna see if they live up to it.
We'll see.
But yeah,
So what's Detroit? A defensive pick?
it should be, but it could be offensive line. It could be guard because they lost one of their starting guards and they didn't replace him with anybody. Um,
True, true.
about so I'm trying to see. There's no updates on that trade, dog. Why would you fucking get me thinking like that with the trade tweet? And there's no action over it yet. But yeah, looking at these prospects, man, as I'm getting closer, prospects that I would like. Again, I don't know about that knee, but Will Johnson, Mike Green,
The Detroit pick is in.
Scarton, Simmons, Jahad Campbell, Connerly. Yeah, there's definitely enough players here. Um, but yeah, okay. So Detroit, let's look at their needs.
I think this is like defensively because of the
Edge, defensive tackle, and guard. So that guard spot, that's really the only thing offensively. Their only replacement as of now is a sixth round pick that was a rookie last year. So I mean, maybe they found a guy, but maybe not. Right? Only their coaching staff knows about that.
well,
But
is Simmons a guard or a tackle?
a tackle, but a lot of the times nowadays, like tackles get kicked into guard if there's no spots to play tackle. So that's a possibility for sure.
I think I said it for Baltimore, but I think this one might be the Mike Green, the Marshall Ed. It's something
Yeah.
green. Dear God.
Oh, that sucks, man. We've seen Jimmy Butler and Ja hit the hardwood recently.
God, we're already getting the NBA injuries, bro. Oh my God. Well, I had the Warriors winning. I don't know anymore now.
Okay, is the Detroit pick in? The Detroit pick is in. So yeah, man, like the Detroit pick is in. Washington and Buffalo are the only teams you could trade with. I don't think it makes sense to do that. The Rams and Browns own 2 first round picks in next year's draft. Man, the Rams. Okay, you know what? The Rams can get their quarterback next year then.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a bunch of good quarterbacks next
Even if
year.
Atlanta's pick is good for some reason and so is LA's, you have 2 picks. You can go to the top of the draft if you want to.
Yeah, and I think I sent you the list of all those 2026 QBs.
Yeah. But yo, hold on. Jenwood, didn't Draymond push Amen as well? Yo, Will Johnson falling out of the first round. That knee must be a serious issue.
Yeah, that's gotta be serious. I thought it was gonna be like top 15.
Detroit Lions took Tyleek Williams, so that's the other run stuffer. So basically, this is a DJ Reader replacement. Um, but yeah, like right now, their run stuffing defensive tackle is old. I think he's like pushing 32, 33. They get a young replacement for him. Again, so this is around the area that I had Kenneth Grant, right?
I
Uh,
think yeah,
this is around the time of the draft where you take run stuffing defensive tackles. Again, the Eagles took Jordan Davis really high, which a lot of people, including Eagles fans, still say it was like, hey, look, he's fine, but like that's a little early for that kind of a player. Um, but yeah, like yeah, this is a good pick. Like he's gonna come in, impact the team immediately. And it gives them some depth too, because when you have 30-year-old players, the injury issue is or the injury risk is always there. And yeah, the injury risk is always there, and you want to have somebody who you can pivot to if things go wrong with those older players from an injury standpoint. I don't know, maybe had selective memory. I don't know, man. Like I didn't see his reaction well enough. Maybe Draymond pushed him, and he didn't really do a good job of trying to, not fall horrendously. Like I could have missed something.
Hmm. Washington's on the clock. What do you think they need? Ain't also are they like defense too?
They could go a few different places. Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
So
Washington can go like
low key,
anywhere, right?
after the Debo trade and the Laramie Tunsil trade, they don't really even have picks like that. So that's another thing to consider. Like this is going to be like a premium pick for them. Also, Detroit went by need and Baltimore as well. Washington, edge, offensive line, safety, receiver. So after Debo and Jaden, sorry, Scary Terry, they don't really have much at receiver. At edge, they have a bunch of mid. At safety, they lost what's his name? Fuck, what's his name? Jeremy Chin, and they didn't really replace him properly. And then at offensive line, they have some average players that they could upgrade, but then also their best offensive lineman last year, their guard, he tore his ACL in January, so he's probably not going to be back realistically until October. So you need somebody to play guard. Um, there's a few things they could do. Yeah,
Dang, he already got commercials. He just got drafted.
yeah.
All right, so if this is best player, it's just gonna. It's I've said this a million times, but it's just gonna be like Mike Green and Simmons if we're going best to best.
Oh fuck, man. I really don't. So I want to check my phone for trades, but I don't want to get shit spoiled. So shit is real rough for me right now. Um, from a player standpoint, we've got to the point where like there's gonna be somebody I like for Philadelphia when they're on the clock. Um, Jihad Campbell. I never really considered it. I never really considered it until I saw somebody mock him. I think Daniel Jeremiah mocked him. Yo, what happened to the draft tracker? Okay, NFL.com is broken, so that sucks. Um,
Want to get back on that grid since Washington's taking a sweet time?
Facts. Okay. Uh, Titans and Jaguars. That's tricky because frankly, bro, who remembers these players? Like Jaguars and Titans.
I was about to say Maurice Jones-Drew, but he went with Jackson Raiders. I don't think he ever was a Titan.
Yeah.
You know who I kind of remembered? I don't know how, but I forgot which one it was. Cody Kessler was his name.
Whoa, the quarterback?
Yes, the quarterback. He went
Okay.
somewhere. I just don't remember where.
Ooh, want to try this one?
I think so.
Ah, never mind. Well, only have two guesses left. So, Raiders and Giants.
I was about to say Victor Cruz, but I don't think he was a Raider. He was not a Raider.
Why am I thinking Shockey? Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking Shockey. Damn,
Yeah, this cooked.
this went south quickly. Okay, hold on. Ah, fuck. Okay, I don't know. No, not Garoppolo. Why am I? There's a quarterback that's in my. Oh, not Henny. He didn't play. You know what? Matt Castle, and then just to hell with this grid. This is NFL, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. Okay. Oh, Eagles. Wait, Eagles, Chargers. That's so fucking random. Wait, no, I got it. Ryan Matthews.
I was like, why do you think that was random?
Yeah, Jihad. He had Jihad Campbell going last. That's the first person that made me think of it. And I'm like, that could be really cool. Washington and Philly. Washington and Philly.
Oh,
Deshaun Jackson is too popular.
Washington. There had to be like someone.
There's a random lineman. I just have to think of the name. Zach Ertz is too popular too. Okay, Washington Commanders pick is in. Josh Connerly. So they went offensive line. They took a really athletic tackle. So I think what his role is probably going to be is he's the long-term right tackle and probably the short-term right guard until Sam Cosmi gets healthy. So they take Connerly, and again now like there's really only one pick the Eagles would trade up in. So I guess that
Hey,
news
that
was all
helps.
smoke.
And at least that helps Jayden. He now gets more offensive line help.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I can't hate on this one.
Yeah, Kahe.
Okay,
Also, I got a great player for our grid.
okay. Which
I
team?
just um Broncos, Chargers, or like Chargers fans. He could go for either. Wes
Okay.
Welker. I just remembered him. Wes
Wait,
Welker.
Wes Welker for the Chargers?
Yeah, he was a
Really?
yeah. I know. I know he
Oh,
was a Bronco and a
I
Ram.
did
I
not know
did
he
not
made.
know he
I
was
did
a
not know that
Charger.
that was his life, bro. Damn.
I knew he was a Bronco, but I did not know about the other two. So I just went the crazy guys.
Eagles Commanders. Eagles Commanders. Okay, fuck, man. No, I should know somebody. I should know somebody good too. Oh, wait,
Did
no.
Brian Dawkins go to the
No,
command?
Donovan McNabb did, but I think McNabb, Ertz, and Deshaun Jackson, like I can do better. Like I can do a Ryan Matthews capable one. I'm holding
Yeah,
myself to a standard here.
yeah, that is fair. Fine, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Fuck. Okay. Come on, man. Think. Sebastian Joseph Day, man. Let's go. This is why we grid. This is why we grid. Oh,
This
by the
is
way, 5,000 yards rushing, Vic, 4%. Let's go. Outside of the box, baby.
oh yeah, that is outside of
That's definitely outside of the box. 5,000 yards in their career that played for the Rams. Marshall Falk is too easy. I don't even know if Gurley played enough football to get there. Um, Steven Jackson. You know what, bro? Do you think
I
Steven
can't.
Jackson
I was
would be?
about to say Dickerson, but that's too
Yeah,
easy.
I think Steven Jackson low key isn't bad.
I think so. Yeah.
Steven Jackson, 12%, man. Let's go. Okay.
All right,
Broncos,
Broncos running backs.
Clinton Portis.
Yes.
Streets remember him, but I don't know if the grids would. Okay. Rams and Commanders.
Rams, Washington. Let's see. I gotta remember.
Rams, Washington. Rams, Washington. Rams, Washington.
Bobby Wagner is too recent. I can't do that. I can't do that.
But you're right though. But that does. Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
he was a Ram.
Yeah, last year of his career. Okay, Broncos. Damn, we cooked with this grid. What the hell? For an NFL grid, the best one to be like the worst one to be 13%. Okay, Broncos. Yo, this could have been Clinton Portis as well.
Oh, that could have. Yeah.
Wait, this is Champ Bailey, but bro, Champ Bailey is mad popular.
Yeah, that's mad popular. We can't do that. We can't
We
do
can't do
that.
Champ Bailey, but Champ Bailey is our emergency.
That'll be our emergency. Wait, is Case Keenum too much?
I don't even remember him on Washington, but if you do, I'm about it.
I thought he was originally was.
Okay, you know,
Or what's that the other way around?
I know he was on the Rams, the Vikings, the Texans.
Also, the Bills pick it in, so let's just try Case Keenum. Let's give it a chance.
Okay. All right, so Bills, let's look at their needs.
It's at like corner.
Washington
They're also a defense.
Washington went for a need. So yeah, this is corner edge. This is defense only.
It's defense only, yes.
Will Johnson, Mike Green. You know what? This could be Jihad. No, this probably isn't Jihad Campbell. Probably isn't Jihad Campbell. Okay. Yo, Shadur's really not going in the first round, huh?
Yeah, he's not.
Like, so, bro, Cleveland has 2 of the top 4 picks in the second round. The middle picks are Houston and Tennessee, who have CJ Stroud and Cam Ward. So The next pick after Cleveland is Vegas, then New England, then Chicago. Dog, the next two teams that could take Shador are Cleveland and New Orleans.
This Shador's really gonna be a Cleveland Brown. Oh my God, pray for him.
Shador is going to be throwing to Jerry, Judy, and nobody. See, that's what's going to be so difficult because no bullshit. He had a better receiving core in Colorado.
You know what's worse? He's in the AFC North. He's gonna have to deal with the Steelers and Ravens for 4 games for his entire career.
I really hope the Saints rescue him because I actually think with the Saints, at least he could have some hope. I hope the Saints rescue him.
Who is this? No
Man.
disrespect, but who is this?
Who's what?
The guy on the Stephen Hawkins team. No disrespect.
Dog,
no
that's hilarious. That's wild. I have no idea. Oh, it's a Bills fan.
Kid. All right. Ooh, my bad. My bad. I am not.
Damn.
I lost my heaven right there. Oh,
okay. I'm trying to think of Commanders and Broncos now, bro.
Look, let's try Case Keenum. Look, I might be cooking. I know.
Okay, if we break this, bro, it's beef forever. Oh, you did it!
Let's go.
Yo, the Eagles moved into the Chiefs pick for what? Okay, they traded up 1 pick. Yo, what's that deep? No, you know what? If they traded up 1 pick, that means that there was somebody behind Philly that was trying to move into Kansas City's spot. And the Eagles fucking love whoever this player is. So, dog, it's stressing me out because if it's Will Johnson, I'm gassed. If it's Jahad Campbell, I'm also gassed. If it's Mike Green, I'm also gassed. If it's Mike Green, goddamn. If it's Mason Taylor, I'm gonna be pissed.
About Josh Simmons.
If it's Josh, you know what though? If it's Josh Simmons, I don't know. I don't feel like that warrants a trade up. I don't think Josh Simmons is must have.
Cornerback, all right.
It would be good though, but I just don't know if it's must have. Will Johnson would be crazy. But also, to be honest, I don't think Will Johnson is. I don't know if he's a Fangio guy. I don't know. Anyways, this is complicated. We traded 164. What is 164? Is round 4?
It's like a 4th to
5. I think it's 4.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I completely forgot the Bills pick. They take Maxwell Hairston. This is a corner that I am kind of iffy about, bro. I don't know. I think I'm always weary of these really fast corners that like that's their main skill. Because the thing about speed at the DB position is that like there's about 3 other things that come into play before speed does. If as a DB you're in a full sprint, that's almost always a bad thing. There's technical and strategic things you can do to never have to be in a sprint. So when it comes to these kind of corners, man, they always kind of scare me. Big up, Sheik, salute. Giants got 2 interesting picks here, man. At least next year is going to be very interesting at the very minimum. Yeah, you guys don't have a 5th or 6th rounder. Okay, that makes sense from a capital standpoint. We have 4 5th-round picks, so we can probably just combine like 3 of them to get a 4th-round pick if we need one.
A lot of the business got a more interesting this up and coming year. A lot of division. The AFC South, that's the one that I want to look at the most.
I fucking want to. All right. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Hairston went ahead of Will Johnson. Did Will Johnson catch a body?
Man must have snapped his thigh like a celery stick.
Yo, what did Will Johnson do? Did Will Johnson...
If you give Will Johnson, I might actually lose it.
Did they catch him smoking crack?
Luka could have been in the back smoking on crack. I'm still giving him that super
bro, Sai, I changed my plans yesterday. I'm watching it with my friends tomorrow. So, yeah. I just changed my plans because I got really excited. Oh, it's a fifth round pick. Okay, that makes sense because we have 4 fifths, so we'll break off a little fifth to get this player. The pick is in, and fuck, I'm nervous. Nobody spoil. Yo, if you're in the chat, nobody spoil shit.
I think you'll be
I'm
the
so
first
serious
person
right
to
now.
get it.
Don't
I,
fucking play. You know what? I'm covering the chat just in case somebody decides to play games.
I
Okay,
think
yo. Okay,
I can't spoil. You're ahead of me.
I'm gonna think of the pick that would piss me off the most right now. Just to put it
Luther
out there. You know what's
Burden.
crazy? So when we drafted Jalen Rager, that was the pick that I all talked about for weeks beforehand. I'm like, that would be the pick that pisses me the fuck off the most. Oh yeah, Mason Taylor. If we did this for a tight end, that pissed me the fuck off.
What about Luther Burden?
But there's like, here's the thing. It would, but like, I really just think that there's no chance it's Luther Burden. It's not like, I just really don't think we would trade up for a person that would barely touch the ball. Okay, you know what the name is? If it's Trey Amos, that would piss me off from Mississippi. Um, Siobhan Ravel, but with Ravel, it wouldn't necessarily be about the player; it would be about the trade up. Like I can separate the two kinds of being pissed off. Of course, they had to put a commercial before the Eagles make a pick.
Oh, and you're not about to yap because you guys won the Super Bowl. There's gonna be a yap session.
Yeah, of course. Yo, you know what's interesting? So the Eagles could be picking 31 and the Chiefs could be picking 32 if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, right? But they lost. And now to make this order like this, it cost a fifth round pick. So winning the Super Bowl cost the Eagles a fifth round pick, which is like obviously something you take every day of the week. But like, damn, bro. Imagine if the Eagles were picking 31 right now ordinarily, bro. I'd be so sad. But fuck, we lost 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. I feel like I'm living out the parallel timeline right now.
Yeah.
Bro, if we were picking 31 right now, I'd be like, holy shit, dog. We lost 2 Super Bowls in 3 years to the same team. As a franchise, we would be 1-4 in Super Bowls. That's down bad. Hey, bro. Thank God Vic Fangio is a thing.
Yeah. But hey, since we have like a little bit of time, let's complete this grid.
Okay.
Come on. Eagles, it's Eagles
Bro, I gotta come
Washington.
up with somebody good. I know I can do this, but like,
Yeah,
who is the
come on, lock
person?
in, bro.
Person?
Wait, DeMarco Murray.
No, bro. I don't think he played for the Commanders.
Are we sure?
I don't remember that motherfucker at all.
No, no.
Wait. I have a crazy one, but I might be wrong. King, are you comfortable risking the entire No, I'm not doing it. I thought of a punter. I thought of Sav Rocca, our punter.
Oh, fuck. It was the Titans. It was not Washington. DeMarco Murray.
Yeah. We
Oh,
traded his ass to Tennessee. Okay, the
no.
BPA right now. Campbell is 1, Emin Worry is 2, Will Johnson is 3, Shadur is 4, Mike Green. Yo, anybody in that top 4, but it's not going to be Emin Worry because it's not a scheme fit. I don't think. Maybe Fangio is going to evolve the defense, but I don't think Emin Worry is a scheme fit. Okay. Again, I blocked the chat. Like I put something over the chat, so I don't even know shit that's going on in there. I'm gonna join you guys back in a second. Everybody in the Eagles front office is on their feet except one dude. Why is that guy being weird? All right, big pick here. Okay. I really want to shoot my shot with this punter.
Wait. Oh my God, just remember someone.
I got one. Ryan Kerrigan. We did it. 72. What was Kerrigan? 4%. Fucking let's go. I told you I could come up with somebody good.
And I was about to say Nate Sudfeld. I just remembered him too.
Oh shit. Nate Sudfeld would have been great.
All right, we finally cooked with one.
Yo, we finally cooked. 72 is ridiculous, bro. 72 is crazy. I never thought I'd hit below 100 in NFL grids. $50 plus sacks in a career. Okay, Peppers, but that's too popular. We need to find somebody who ring chased. Okay, the pick is in. All right. Okay. Okay.
Bro, you're stressed the fuck out. You
I'm
want a
stressed.
Super Bowl, bro.
Yo, it's fucking lit. We took Jahad Campbell. It's fucking lit, bro. Oh shit, we're gonna have elite linebacker play. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yo, I'm a part of a group chat, and this guy put a picture of Jahad Campbell photoshopped in a Rams jersey, and he was like, "Yo, Jahad Campbell season coming up." And I responded to him, and I was like, "Yo, that's the most random propaganda ever." Who walks into the draft like with Photoshop pictures of Jahad Campbell in his jersey? So I hit him. It's Kozilla in the Sarcasm City group chat, by the way. I'm like, "Yo, Kozilla, that's the randomest propaganda ever," but I hear it though. Yo, we did it. We did it. We got Jahad Campbell, bro. We keep drafting elite football players from Alabama and Georgia. Yo, it's fucking lit. Yo, N'Kobe Dean, welcome to unrestricted free agency. It was real.
Oh yeah, he is a
Yo, this is his last year under contract, and he has a major knee injury. Wait, where's Kozilla's? Where's that? Did he
yo. What
delete
you
that
just
shit?
reminded me? It's do you know what this makes me remind of? When you talked about that, it reminded me about the like New York Knicks jersey swap hype.
Yeah.
When I was like, oh, Zion, Katie, and Kyrie to the Knicks, none of that happened at all.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Yo, bro, him and Zach Bond is about to go crazy. And the thing is, so he has this edge rusher versatility. And
He's
part of
like,
what makes Zach Bond really unique is that basically because he could be an edge rusher and a linebacker, you can put a certain personnel on the field that can literally change into a different personnel because of different people can do different things. Now we have two guys that can do that. So it's like you can flip the formation from different directions. If I had a visual that I could show you guys, it would be much easier to describe. But my point is, I say this all to say, bro, we're about to be good as fuck at linebacker. And we had N'Kobe Dean last year. He's good. He got hurt. Oren Burks is cool, but Jahad Campbell and Zach Bond, bro, this is the best linebacker play I've never seen linebackers this good. Um, I will say, just to be balanced, like we do need to get some defensive line help at some point. Um, I think it would be helpful to get a defensive lineman in round two. We got to be able to bank on our secondary to hold it down in terms of development. Um, he is cooking. Yo, Jess said tears. Milrow went to the draft for no reason. Bro, that's pain. Him and Shadur don't go in the first round. Yo, I'm a fan, bro. Holy shit. So yeah, Daniel Jeremiah had it right. Jahad Campbell to Philly.
yeah, that's so. What do the Chiefs need? This is definitely like a death pick. First off,
Yo,
or
which
maybe
we
this is
had.
wait. They
What
need
did we?
O line, right? The
Oh,
Chiefs might get Simmons.
offensive line and corner are the two needs here.
So are the Chiefs gonna get Simmons from Ohio State?
They could. I think Simmons will be really good for them.
Yeah.
Yo, I just saw a tactical breakdown person talk about how there may be two Zach Bonds on the field in 2025, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, man. Dog. How do we just keep getting these great players from great programs? Okay. Time to Shine just spoiled the pick. It's Josh Simmons, so they get a
Well,
very good offensive lineman
well,
here.
I already thought about that already.
So he can play if. So the thing is, they drafted Kingsley. I don't know how to say his last name to play tackle last year. He wasn't good enough, so they kicked him. Apparently, the plan was to kick him to guard. Now the thing is, they could do the same thing with Simmons. So right tackle, they have I forget his name, but they have somebody. Left tackle, they signed the guy from San Fran. That didn't work. They have basically like they have three players for left tackle in Kingsley, the guy from San Fran, and Simmons, and then they have two guys for left guard, Simmons and Kingsley. And then they obviously have the right side is sorted. You got um, Humphrey, Trey Smith, and then Jawan Taylor. You know what though? If Jalen Moore is good, this guy can take Jawan Taylor's job because Jawan Taylor is not it.
Yeah, he is not. He gets talked about a lot for
Say his name challenge, bro. I got you. Give me a second.
hold on. I'm about to do it to Kingsley.
Kingsley Suamatai. You know what? That's not that bad. What the hell? In my memory, it was worse. Suamatai is not bad.
Oh, I thought you would talk about the other.
Oh no, no.
Else.
So this is what I mean. Like they're sorted right guard and center. Their plan was to have like probably Moore is probably just playing left tackle. The real question is does Simmons take Jawan Taylor's job or does he take Kingsley's job? He's taking somebody's job though. But yo, Shador, we're gonna see if he goes next. But yeah, big up to everybody tapped in. There's 23 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. In Motion Football, I will not be back tomorrow, but I will be back on Saturday to recap anything that happens tomorrow. And then on Saturday, I'm also going to be doing like my version of a power rankings. It's going to be a little bit different, but we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Is it Kingley? No, it's Kingsley. I see an S. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun next couple of days. Like I said, make sure you hit the like button so that YouTube pushes these streams to other people. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss when I go live. They said penalty prone tackle fits with that's facts. That is facts. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. 3 hours, 45 minutes. I'll see you guys on Saturday. And shit, man. Go Birds. I'm out. Y'all take care.
Take care.